on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. Miss Lissa knows. It's the Premium Pete Show.
Ayo, we light a candle, run laps around the English Channel. Neptunes, I got a cocker spaniel. We on the run now, you know it ain't no fun now. And where I go, yo, niggas can't even come now. You hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care. But when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. MRE, love throughout the atmosphere. That means now we on the run, yo, if that ain't clear. Weak niggas wanna hate, yo, but that ain't fair. Yo, we down in Vegas, money styles too courageous. You know I'm on the run, we still Rick stages. They call me Animal Thug when I'm in cages. Roll dice with no aces. Now I'm secluded in oasis. I thought y'all was going to jump in. They was with it. What?
Yo, let me tell you something. That song was so disrespectful in New York City.
I loved it.
Internet, let me tell you something. Without even, this is the way I'm going to bring these people in. People that we fuck with, we just say, yo, we're going to rock out the whole fucking show.
Let's go.
So, Internet, say hello to Desus and Mero, the Bodega boys.
What up, Bodega boys in the building? It's your boy Young Chipotle, a.k.a. Eli Libby, a.k.a. 1994 Nueva York, a.k.a. Young Day Party, a.k.a. Young Duego, Young Fuego, Young Hot Take. Got all your shit on deck. Mr. Slow Down might know you, bitch.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we out here.
That's right.
Bucho's Gully. Names all day. Don't fight with me in Cheesecake Factory, ma.
Let me tell you something. Wait,
you don't have one?
Of course you got
a whole half hour.
You cut him off. Let him do his. Let him do his.
You already know this.
Yeah, Mero.
It's your boy, the Kid Mero, a.k.a. the Human Direct Flap, a.k.a. East Tree, my Stevie B. You know what I'm saying? A.k.a. Phil the Ass Tyson. You know what I'm saying? A.k.a. Donovan McDab.
Dab on him.
Curve Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Ben Smack Biombo.
Ben Smack.
You know what I'm saying? A.k.a. check the guest list because my name is definitely on there.
Check it again. We're not standing out here.
Yo, let me tell you this. Now that I think about this shit, It's the real is like the gentrified version of that. You know what I mean?
Are.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
And y'all the hood version
man.
of that.
You know what's funny? Shout out to It's the Real because we've both been on there.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, yo, y'all bit that from It's the Real. We didn't even realize that. We were trying to do like, remember in like 94, the Wu Gambino's names?
Yeah.
So and like how like everybody would have way too many names.
Yeah.
So we thought it would just be funny to just keep adding names. And someone said in our comments last week, they were like, by this time next year, your podcast, the first hour is just going to be you introducing yourself. If that's the case, that's cool. We're fine with that.
Yeah, but listen, it's fun, man. And I'll tell you one thing. I wanted to have y'all on the show, and that's why I reached out to you, Desus, is because, I mean, I've been following you guys for a minute when you started with Complex, but I really love your energy together. And, you know, just being in the podcast lane, and I feel like it's funny because now podcasts can have other podcasters you know, on now. It's not like regular guests. Like, who you had on this week? Now, we podcast, you know, mashup, you know?
It's cool. Like, the whole podcast culture is dope because it's like you just reached out to me, like, come on the show.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if it was, like, TV or something, it's like, here our lawyers have to talk.
Yeah, agents got to talk to each other.
All types of bullshit. Yeah. So here, like, you get the chance to meet people and talk. And, like, it's like if you don't fuck with someone, you're not going to have them on your podcast.
Most definitely.
So you are creating, you're kind of curating your own culture for your listeners. Like, yo, I fuck with this person. I feel like this person is cool. Yeah. Let me introduce you to this person. So when you reached out, we was like, boom, fuck with Premium.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And it's funny because we'll get into Mero and his 7 p.m. curfew. You got me feeling like I'm back on parole. You know, and let me tell you something, Internet, anybody out there on parole, make sure you stay home, get yourself a good DVD or get your DVR up or get Chromecast or get Apple
Netflix. Orange is the New Black is back.
Well, listen, whatever
if you're on parole, you don't want to watch Orange is the New Black.
You don't, but it's about women.
But it's about jail.
But you get to see women doing stuff.
Nah, if you've been in jail, you don't know nothing watch jail. Right? Am I wrong about this?
Let me tell you something. When I came home, I think what was the name of that? Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad?
Right.
I never fucked with that shit. My mother used to be like, it's so good. No, it's not good. I don't want to be reminded. I'll be honest with you, I was talking about this last week. You know, I have fears.
Yeah.
I've been home 10 plus years.
Right.
But the thing is, people who never been to jail, they don't fight every day to stay away from jail.
Right.
Because they don't know what it is. They just living their life as they live it. When you've been away, like I said last week, you know, it's a battle to be like, yo, you got to pick and choose how you move because you know you can end up there. And just in a New York minute, you know, you could be there, your laces will be out your fucking shoes. You'll be eating bologna sandwiches if you have to.
Up.
You know, and somebody will be shitting in the fucking room.
Yep.
You know, but listen, I heard that you went away like a little bit. Is this Rikers bit?
Not even Rikers.
Central?
Didn't get that far. Bronx House Detention was my last one.
Oh, the boat?
I didn't even get to the boat. My lawyer was about to give up on me.
Wait, you didn't get to the boat?
I didn't even get to the boat. But
I'm so proud of you, black man, for not getting to the boat.
I'm proud of myself
me too.
because what happened? Basically, a cop said I pulled out a gun on him.
Where?
like 2 blocks away from my house in the Bronx. Allegedly, yeah. So they ran me through the whole thing, and like a cop had just got murked the weekend before, so the cops were going dumb hard. They were like going to make an example of like anyone they arrest. So they was like, "Yo, dog, you definitely going to jail." Like the cop even pointed at me. He was like, "Yo, it was him." I was like, "Yo, you black? I'm black. It wasn't me." Dog.
It's always the black cop.
It's always the black cop because black cops act up. They go too hard.
They go extra hard.
Like Bernie Mac in that movie, like I hate my gums because they black.
Yeah.
I hate black people.
I hate the
like it's so true.
I hurt the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck.
Like when I got arrested, it was a black woman who searched me, and I had stashed it real good, and she was like, written in my shoe and threw. It was like, "This is why you always have to check them." And I said, "Them." So you are them, sister. I whispered that to her. I hope she's listening right now.
What'd you get arrested for?
Okay, so I hopped the train, but I had weed on me.
Service.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I was being rude to the cop, and that's what really got me like arrested because he was
Cops
writing.
think you're being rude to them even if you're just speaking plainly. Though.
Right.
That's the problem. Like if you get into an interaction with a cop and you're like, "Officer, I don't know," you know what I'm saying? That to them, that's being rude.
They're like, hey, slow down there. Talk differently
exactly.
to me.
That you being like, "Yo, why do you need to see my ID, fam? Like I paid I'm in here legally, whatever."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they're just running up on you and you just speak to them in a regular tone of voice, they feel like you're being rude to them.
I once had a cop go off on me because I started my sentence with "yo."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, officer," he was, "Who the fuck you calling yo? I'm not one of your little homies." I'm like, "Okay, prosciutto. I don't know what you're going through. I know they fucked up your pension, but bring it down a
Like
notch."
I'm just talking to you normally.
You know, you gotta think about it too. When a cop pulls you over, so like I was telling someone this, or maybe even earlier today, man, if my memory reminds me. But cops could they try to put fear in you. That's the thing I always hated. Like they never, and you know what? Like I get it. Like I don't like cops. I never will. I mean, I've been away, so that's the marks of it.
Right.
You know, but think about it. Like, you know, they come out to you. I'll never forget. Like, the guy pulled over and he's like, comes up to me. He's like, "Why'd you not put your turn signal on?" I said, "What?" I said, "I didn't." Wait, hold on. He's like, "Yeah, and what? You don't have your seatbelt on?" I said, "What?" You know, and now all of a sudden I'm like all fucked up in the game because he's making me like think of this, or you went too fast, or you know, if a cop comes out and just says like you were going 80, and you're like, "What?" You know, I was only going like, and then you're thinking about a ticket in your head, you're thinking about points, you're thinking about this. But you know what I realized too? Imagine a cop imagine they come out, "I think you were doing 60. No, I wasn't. Okay. You know, like they would just like,
honestly, that's what the white people that happens.
The white people.
That happens exactly.
See, Torre, shout out to Torre, white Torre, MSNBC Torre. He told me.
He's not white?
He's black Torre.
Oh, okay.
But we call him White
Torre.
Torre.
Okay, I was about to say it. That's a game changer.
It's
like he's not the rapper.
It's a Combat Jack show thing
okay.
because what happened was many years ago, me and him got into it, and I was like, you know, I had to differentiate the black Torre from Coney Island, the rapper, and the white Torre because white Torre is because he was talking all that shit. I was like, man, you white, man.
Yeah.
Because he was telling me that I have white privilege, and I do, but I never accessed it. Right. I never knew because I always been around. I grew up in Coney Island. I grew up in all different type of melting pots. I was slanging, I broke, so I break dance a lot, graffiti shit. So I guess I've been away, and I guess it's funny. I guess I never witnessed to know that I had it or access it. So all these years, dealing with the cops and being away and having a record, I really never accessed that with the cops.
You know, it's funny, like. I don't know if you have white privilege or maybe I've just lived in New York too long. I swore you were Puerto Rican.
That's what I'm saying.
He don't have no white privilege.
I'm like, dog, you're not white.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing about like the 5 boroughs, the Bronx, Brooklyn in particular, because like there's a lot of different ethnicities that grow up in these same hoods,
right?
And they kind of get treated the same way by the cops. Like a cop, if the 4 of us are sitting here smoking a blunt, they're ODing on all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they might fuck around and look at you and be like, "Yo, this is Rodriguez looking motherfucker over here." You know what I mean?
Fucking beans and rice eating
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
A lot of that shit happens in the hood, like Albanians, a lot of dudes like that.
Albanians confuse the fuck out of cops. They're like, "You're kind of white."
Are you white? Are you some weird Spanish that doesn't speak Spanish?
And then you got the Yemens. And you got because you know what it is. Pakistan is not just Pakistan anymore. You got Indian, or then you got Yemen, and then you got
is they called Yemen?
Palestinian. I think it's called Yemen.
He always does this. He had me thinking
No, I pronounced things
whole
wrong.
time
I'm the king of pronouncing shit wrong.
Oh yeah,
Okay, you found a
This dude was calling
But
Tiger Tigger for like fucking months.
For years, I was calling Tiger Tigger.
Yeah.
But
to his face.
no one corrected me. No, I'm just flying through the radio. I'm like, yeah, you know that new song with Rack City by Tigger?
Yeah, yo, we're here with
They're
Tigger.
like, no.
And they thinking big
They're
ticker.
like, yeah. I'm like, that's what I was thinking about. But no, but then, yeah, you have Pakistani, you have Yemenis, you have all that. But if you live in the hood, you don't have to learn all that.
Yeah, because
there's
they all-
only 4 groups in the hood. There's Arabs, Spanish people, black people, and white people.
Yeah.
And you got to fit people in somewhere in those 4 divisions.
Mexicans.
Mexicans
No,
come under Spanish people.
Spiders.
Yeah.
But yo,
But then if you get Mexicans and Dominicans in the same room, like it's a different vibe. You know what
yo,
I'm
that's
saying?
what,
Like,
that's what I need to know, honestly. Like, I mean, I've been around.
New York City's crazy, but like it doesn't make any sense. Like you can break that, you can make shit more black and white outside of New York City, like in Middle America,
Yeah.
and all this shit. Because like, I think me personally, I think in terms of like New York, California. That's just the way my brain works. There's all this shit in the middle that is really where, you know what I'm saying, like white privilege is happening a lot. You know what I'm saying? The white people are the majority of the United States. So a lot of that shit happens in those places. Because over here, it's mad, like I grew up like in a very diverse, you know what I'm saying, area or whatever. Actually, it wasn't diverse because I
In
didn't
the
even
Bronx.
see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I seen Italian kids. I grew up with Italian kids.
How old
Puerto
are
Rican
Italian kids in Bronx? I only been to Bronx. Honestly, I'm a Brooklyn kid.
Yeah.
I grew up in Brooklyn all my life.
Half the Italian kids in the Bronx are like how he was saying, like you confuse them with Puerto Rican kids, and then the other half are like really going hard with the
Yeah,
Italian
like,
shit.
forget- hey,
Italian
Joey.
shit.
Oh, you fucking asshole! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yo,
That-
bro, you don't even know my father. You fucking schmo. I'll fucking have you
this
whacked
fucking
out
guy,
here.
this fucking guy. You gonna
This
talk to
fucking
John
guy.
Gotti Jr.
Bro, this
second
guy
cousin's
fucking
third son over
bro,
here like this?
fuck this fucking guy. Yo, this guy stepped on my fucking Reeboks. I'm gonna fucking
you
whack
call
him.
this you call this tomato sauce?
Yeah,
This is not sauce.
This is not my Nana sauce. Those
Yo,
dudes, you know what
the
I'm saying?
Bronx, listen, I've been to the Bronx probably like 4 times.
Yeah.
And 2 of those times I was messing with a girl on Gun Hill Road.
There you go. Shout out to Gun Hill.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing. I picked her ass up rolling 3-4 miles per hour. I didn't even stop. I said, yo, as soon as you see me coming up this block, okay, I'm going to roll and you're going to jump in this motherfucker because we out.
I used to date a girl that lived in Little Italy on 188th Street. Whose mom was Italian and whose dad is black. And her grandmother was the most... Yo, you know when old people are mad racist, but it's just like they're so old that you're just like... Did this old bitch just say this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there, and she used to love me. She used to have me up in the crib, giving me little... What are those shits called? Those little, like, flat, waffle-looking...
Pizzellas.
Pizzellis?
Zeppelis?
Not Zeppelis, the flat,
Pizzellis
crunchy
or
shits.
some shit like that, yeah.
Pizzellis? Some shit.
Pierogies?
No, they were like flat little cookie things. So anyway, I'm sitting there eating these with coffee and shit, and she's talking about, she's like, yeah, and, you know, I used to sleep with my doors open, back when I was, younger. Now this neighborhood is full of Jews and niggas and Mexicans, and it's crazy. I can't even open my doors anymore.
It
I was
used to be
like-
a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it's just, I was like, what the fuck?
You know, people used to say
When
that
the
in
mob
Brooklyn.
ran things,
Yeah, it's-
You know what? Maybe they were corrupt, but you know what? People knew their place.
people were safe.
Okay.
Yeah, and she
You
really
just-
believed that shit.
People knew who belonged in the community and didn't. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
She really hated Jewish people, though, dog. It was wild. I used to work in the Board of Ed, and it was nothing but fucking Jews. It was out of control. The Jews are trying to poison the kids.
It's like, how are you? Why are you specifically hating just one group?
Yo,
you
hard.
gotta be like us. Be like a real New Yorker and spread the hate to all. Groups.
Yeah, you have to. And people hate Russian Jews a lot, too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like they feel like they're like, like that's like the full one when you hate
Yeah.
like a Russian Jew.
Yeah.
But a lot of I'll be honest with you, like it's funny that you say that because I really witnessed a lot of the old racist people, and it's like almost like now you look at it now and they're like, oh, they're different type of people. It's like it's funny when people say that, like where it's like if a black person speaks, intellectually around a person like that, an old say white racist person or old white person, they'll think like, oh, he's a good black person.
He's a good one.
Right.
He speaks so well.
Like it's bad. Like
Yeah.
all of them are bad.
Yeah.
In my mind, I always looked at it this way, and this is what made me go through life. I mean, now listen, I was married to a Puerto Rican woman. I'm divorced, and now my lady is a West Indian.
Oh, you divorced a Puerto Rican woman?
Yeah, Pete.
Wow,
Oh my
what
God,
a surprise.
bro. I had to go to jail for that shit.
Oh shit.
I say that as a Latino male.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
listen,
They
crazy.
gonna
man.
run. Listen, you're never gonna be on channel.
What is your
41.
wife?
She is a white Jewish lady from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's the only white
but it's
woman
crazy.
in the Bronx.
Yeah, it's crazy because people are like, yo, how did y'all hook up? Because I'm a dude, like I've basically lived no further than 15 feet from East Tremont my entire life. So, but she went to Fordham University for undergrad.
Shout out to Fordham.
You know, shout out to Fordham, shout out to Rose Hill, and lived in the Bronx, in Bedford Park for basically since she was 17. So I always make the joke with her. I'm like, yo, you lived in the Bronx so long, you're basically Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even go into Jersey no more.
How was your family accepting a Jew? You married her?
Yeah.
How was your family accepting
Well,
that?
my family is mad Dominican, so like they don't understand like the nuance because she's just like like a Target Jew. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not like really doing all this.
So she don't know how to
shit.
make gefilte fish.
Yeah, none of that.
Okay.
None of that at all. Yeah,
She's not bringing the. She's not spinning the dreidels.
She's not like super official like that because her father was an Irish Catholic dude.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they say like Catholics say if your dad is Catholic, you're Catholic.
Yep.
And Jews say if your mom is Jewish, you're a Jew. You know what I'm saying? So she was a Catholic Jew. You know what I'm saying? But so she doesn't go mad hard with the other shit, but my parents think that she's a Hasidic Jew. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
From Ocean Parkway.
Like, yeah, straight up. Like Crown Heights, like, yo, we do the little weird fire in the middle of the night type shit.
Burning the bread.
Yeah, all that crazy wild shit. That
So
niggas
you
be
didn't
doing.
have to convert.
No, we didn't do none of that shit.
Okay.
Now, we got married. Our marriage was like, our wedding ceremony was just like a jumble of mad shit.
How great would that be to watch Mero convert to being a Hasidic Jew?
That'd be
How
awesome.
much money would you pay for
can't.
that movie? Just seeing Mero with the little curls.
I mean, I would go see it. You know.
You got on the stockings on Saturday,
You know what I'm
running through Brooklyn and shit.
Yeah.
Your kids got the little hats
I
and
got
shit.
the wild penguin, like, fucking thermal
I come to your
jumpsuit.
house with bacon. You're like, Jesus.
Not
on,
turkey
my friend.
bacon.
Come on.
Not turkey bacon.
I got
Yo,
4 different sinks.
What is that thing that they? When I was down in Fulton many years ago, they used to come around and if you prayed, they would wrap your. You ever see that? They wrap like you pray.
Like a
and
little leather strap.
leather strap.
Yeah.
You familiar with that?
I
There's
don't
a
know anything
Bible,
about
there's a Torah scripture in that, and they wrap it around you and pray.
Thing. I seen Shine with that of all people. 'Cause,
Really?
Like, yo, my wife's family, like I said, they're Target Jews. Like we do Passover, we do like the shit where you make the little triangle cookies.
Okay.
But even her mom is like,
arugula.
nah.
You know arugula?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hamantushins.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Wait.
saying?
I love
What
arugula.
happened?
No, not arugula.
Oh.
It's called rugula or something. Maybe I'm.
I don't like regular people or nothing regular.
I thought he said arugula as if
I
that was
did
like
too.
a Jewish food. I was about to leave. I was like, yeah, now you're
The
just making up
cookies,
shit.
right? Or the cookies or the lettuce?
Arugula is
The
Russian,
lettuce.
though, right?
Okay.
No. It's called something like. Listen, I don't pronounce shit right. Desus,
I don't pronounce shit right either.
you
That's
down-
why now I'm doubly confused.
It's called-
He's mispronouncing shit, and now I'm mispronouncing shit. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Google that shit. It's called like rugula or something. Maybe I'm not saying it right. It's like a raspberry cookie.
Also, I didn't even notice. There's mad differences because you brought up Russian Jews before. My wife's family is German Jews. You know what I'm saying? And her grandmother, R.I.P., was like Holocaust survivor the whole nine. And like they vibe different with Russian Jews. I had no idea about this shit because she grew up in Fairlawn, New Jersey. And Fairlawn,
You're
New Jersey.
Jewish. You pronounce it.
No, he's not. He's Jewish by marriage.
Jewish.
Oh, rugelach.
Rugalark.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about?
it's like the little pastry.
Rugalark.
That sounds like the wackest superhero ever. Like you just walk in the streets of Israel, like someone grabs your purse, you're like, Rulak, protect me.
Or
I
if your
didn't even
stomach
know.
hurts, it's like,
But I
nah,
love-
chill, I got Rugalark. I got
I
Rugalark
got
right
the
now, chill.
boo-boo.
Let me get the Pepto-Bismol. I got the Rugalocks.
I got the wild rugelach right now.
Damn.
nigga.
Girl, don't come in the bed.
That's like the
after
opposite
this.
of bubble guts when you real just tight and nothing coming. I don't got that Rugalock.
Got that tight gas.
Bubble guts. So what were you saying?
But yeah, so like I had no idea about this shit. There's so many nuances to like religion and fucking all that theocracy and shit. I didn't know about this shit. Like I go to Passover, we read the book backwards, we do the little dip shit.
Wait, you don't
we
say
eat
nothing. You just let the lips move.
There's like a book. I think it's called like a Haggadah or some shit like that,
Yeah.
and you read it. It's like you know how like when you go.
I see it on the train. I see a lot of Jewish people on the train where their lips are just moving and they're praying or something like that. You ever see that?
Nah,
Yeah,
that's like
Desus-
advanced level Jewish.
Desus,
shit.
you never seen that?
I've seen that. They're doing
okay.
the little prayers.
Yeah, I
How
don't
come
know.
you don't know nothing about your wife's religion, dog?
Because they're all Target Jews. I'm telling you, man. They do the basic shit. Yeah, they're on the basic flow.
But what about so your family didn't mind, and what about hers? Did she say, "Look at this Dominican kid"?
Nah, I mean my because she's the youngest of 3 sisters, so the other ones had already dated like black and Spanish dudes and shit like that. So it wasn't really. And her mom is gay. You know what I mean? So
Really?
It's like, yeah. So they were like straight rainbow fam from jump. They didn't care. They were like, "We love you."
That's great.
They were
That's
mad
really
hype
dope.
and shit. When I came out of New York Times, they was hype. Oh, my son-in-law. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Yo, both of my sisters are gay. It's like funny. Like one of them wasn't gay for a while. She was married, had 2 kids, but I guess she had enough of men and decided to jump on over to the rainbow.
Right, but then that's part of like I said, like I was saying before, that's part of like growing up in New York. Like that shit isn't weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just some regular other shit that every niggas are doing. You know what I mean? Like you're gay, you're Chinese, you're white, whatever. It is what it is. We're just out here.
No, most definitely. And for me too, that's how it worked with me because like even like they're coming. It's coming.
This
is like, where the fuck-
It's young Heineken out here, man.
No, I listen.
getting
Where's the
shakes.
Becks?
Wait, what did he want? He wanted food or
No,
drink?
Becks. We got
Alcohol.
beer coming.
I don't really fuck with food, but I drink.
Yo, why do you
That's how
like
you
Bex?
stay lean.
That's how I stay lean like a soccer player.
I'm out here starving myself. I'm tired of this. I don't want to be like.
Yo,
this
it's
anymore.
day party season. You gotta look good. And I was at La Marina
Right.
this weekend, and I see mad
Love
niggas
it.
with their shirts open. Let me tell you something. We're not doing that this year, right? Because some of us do not have
No
the
shirts?
physical chest to be showing that shit off in
You
public.
don't even need to do.
Yeah, you don't have to have. I like a little bit of
Like,
pudge.
No, pudge, but it's just like.
So what's the problem? You got the bird
it's like-
chest?
It's like a little
Oh, okay,
bird
yeah,
chest.
put that down.
See?
Hey, Dave,
nah, but
listen.
I still fuck it up though.
Yo,
what went wrong?
I got
I
I got half a bird chest. I don't fuck with no shirts. Like I
There you
used to
go.
fuck with tank tops until I realized I'm like, motherfucker, you shouldn't be wearing no tank
It's
tops.
like you
niggas
seen
too
J.R.
brolic.
Smith in the club yesterday, no shirt,
Yeah.
covered in champagne. That's gonna be me. I don't care. You know, you just have to do it with confidence.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it takes. All you gotta do is believe you're popping, and no one can tell you to put a shirt on in the club.
That is
Everything else
true.
was-
That is true. Because I'll tell you one thing. There's some ugly motherfuckers you see in the club howl at some girls, and you be like, hell no, this motherfucker is not
Yeah.
getting this girl.
But yo,
Yeah,
I always
and
said
he gets
it.
her.
I always said it like, yo, pussy's like baseball, fam. You got to take your swings, or else you'll never prosper. You know what I'm saying? If you're batting 350, what are you? You're fucking. Yo, if you bat 400, you're fucking a legend. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally 4 out of 10 girls give you the time of day.
Listen,
Now-
it's like Steph Curry.
You know
Just
what I'm
gotta pull up and shoot from 40.
That's
Now
it.
he didn't hit those shots at the end of the game, but he's been hitting shots all season.
All season.
Listen,
So you're gonna miss more shots than you hit, but you gotta at least attempt to shoot the
Yeah,
shot.
shoot.
Gems are being dropped here. And listen, Kyrie Irving dropped a gem. Dagger. 59 seconds left. I mean, that was
Beast.
that was the shot that I feel like was heard around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out
That
to
was the
Kyrie
nail in the
Irving.
coffin.
Yo, can I tell you something? That
Yeah.
dunk on Draymond that didn't go down, if
Yeah.
that would have went down, I think
Oof.
the internet would have disintegrated.
Yeah.
Blown up.
Yeah.
But even the block was even more crazy.
That block was so wild.
Yo, and this is what I say. Like, I said this yesterday. I was like, yo, how could you fix your face and say that LeBron James is not the greatest basketball player right now on the planet,
Most
if not
definitely.
ever?
LeBron James.
You know what I'm saying?
LeBron James.
See, that's not even a hot take anymore. If you had said that before last night, niggas be like, get
Yo,
the fuck
get
out
outta
of
here,
blah,
get
blah,
outta
blah,
here.
blah, blah. But now it's like,
Yo,
you can
it's-
say that with confidence at a barbershop and no one's challenging you.
Yeah.
Except for your old barber gonna be like, Derek Harper was better.
You know who the best was? The old motherfucker come out the back. Bill Russell was the best ever to play the
You
game.
better put Bill Russell, put some respect on his
Some
name.
respect. I'm like, all your motherfucking games is in black and white.
Nobody watch that.
Fuck
You
outta
playing
here.
during segregation. Get out of here.
Fuck
Doesn't
outta here.
count.
Yo, Bill Russell, man, listen, not only is he a legend, but
He's a legend, please to the God.
Yes, and but he could move. Like when he was trying to like come over to the podium and shit, I was like, yo, they got Bill Russell out here looking like one of them Life characters, like Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy looked. And remember in Life?
Yeah, nah.
Yo, that shit was crazy,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, yo, listen, let's stop disrespecting our heroes, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to R.I.P. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. You know what I'm saying? But when they have my son out there with the torch shaking,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Like even Michael J. Fox, like watching him
With the fucking-
with the shakes on the Parkinson's disease.
You know what
Like,
I
yo,
mean?
honestly, like I grew up Teen Wolf, Back to the
All
Future,
that,
one of my
yup.
favorite movies.
Marty McFly.
And yo, listen, just seeing him there with Doc, Biff,
Fucked up.
You know, and I mean, it hurt me honestly. I
You know
feel
what I'm
for
saying?
shit like that.
You know what I mean?
You know, I don't want to
These
see.
are people you grew up like, yo, damn, this shit was ill. Now you see them all fucked up in the game. You're like, damn.
How you think they feel? You
That
think
could happen to me.
Michael J. Fox wants to do videos without shaking. He don't
Word.
have control over that
Oh,
shit.
of course.
He's like, yo, I'm just trying to get this check, my nigga.
I'm over here empathizing.
He's
fam.
like, yo.
Yo, don't try to listen. The one thing I love about you guys, and especially how I like the flow, is like I like to laugh. So like I wanted when we start to do the Premium Pete Show podcast, and me and Miss Lissa got together, like I wanted it to be like some funny shit.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to like fight for. That's why I love your show, because what it is, you know, we're in a world right now, and I say this all the time, where it's like, especially in hip hop and our culture, it's like you know, people fight for the biggest guest. I just want to have like a sitcom podcast, right? Where
Yeah,
people,
just
you know,
chilling.
bring on people, but also just have some fun, entertaining talks. You know, whether that be parenting, jail stories, life, where we grew up, you know, all that shit. So I like it's funny because I think like, you know, y'all coming on to the show is like kind of like that, you know, times two. You know what I mean?
man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the vibe. I mean, like when we do our show, when we do anything really,
Yeah.
like that's the vibe we're trying to get because.
Yeah, our
You
shit
don't-
is so. What's funny is, not to cut you off, our shit is so chill. Like people get nervous because we hosted an event for Viacom where we were with the CEO of Viacom, the president of Viacom, the president of BET, all these people, and they're like, "You guys want to rehearse? You guys want to do it?" And we're like, "Nah."
No, we're just gonna do this.
We were like, "Nah, we're just gonna go in there and fly." They was like, "No, you guys have to write some. We gotta see a script." We was like, "We don't work with scripts." We're like, "Yo, just let's go out there,
Freestyle.
We're gonna do our thing." My whole thing was like, "Yo, is it gonna be alcohol?
Yeah.
Because that's all I need to work."
Yo, did BT pay you on time, or you had to wait like 192 days?
No, we didn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't through BET.
It wasn't through BET.
Okay, that's
Viacom.
because
Them Viacom checks be clear and holla.
you were nice.
We ain't getting that freelance
Yo,
shit.
it's
Like,
funny,
we got
you know.
people we could yoke up like, yo, I didn't get my check last week.
You know what? For the internet that may not know, you know, so let me just bring people back to fucking, you know, bring them back to where they are right now if they're lighting up their spliff or, you know, maybe cracking up a bottle of Merlot
You know what I'm
or
saying?
Cisco or St. Ides or
Nice Malbec.
or sangria, you know, or if you're drinking smart water, you know, whatever you're drinking, you know, it feel good. But internets, we have the Bodega boys here, Desus and Mero. For a while, I couldn't say Desus because I couldn't pronounce it. I was saying Desus or Desus or
Desus.
You know,
If you're Spanish, you can't say Desus, just say Desus.
Well,
Like, and matter of fact, people were calling me Desus before they were calling me Desus.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is that your real name?
Nah.
Latinos call me the Black Desus.
My real name was actually in the Wall Street Journal and it's on Wikipedia and it was in Rolling Stone. So I
Really?
can tell y'all, but I don't want y'all steal my identity. So if you really can't, you
right.
can Google it.
Well, listen, you know, the only thing that matters for your government name is putting them on motherfucking checks.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
True.
that's the only thing that matters. So, internet's cut the fucking
Absolutely.
check.
Shit. I have people tweeting my real name at me like, yo, your real name is this. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, that was maybe the first word I ever heard when I came into the earth. Like, like I'm not, like, come on, people, relax. Don't be weirdos.
You know what's so beautiful about 2016 is that we could sit in this world and people could call you by your handle and you'll almost forget that your real name is like somebody be calling you
It's
by
a
your real
cute
name
name.
and you'll forget that shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you, just...
It's just fact checking.
Okay. Okay. But internets, we have the Bodega Boys here.
That's right.
And listen, not only do they have a podcast, listen, you know, this is 2016, so they got to do a bunch of shit. Okay. For those that don't know, you check them out, Bodega Boys. They got their own podcast. Check it on iTunes, SoundCloud, the Bodega Store. Bodega
right.
Store play it in the Bronx? Do they play it?
They got to do it. So at least I know somewhere does. Yo, if y'all listen to this, man, you play the shit at the Bodega, holler at us, man.
Yeah, and listen, chop
Go to
cheese,
Vine.
man. Yo, where's the bottle opener?
I don't want to slam it on the table.
Yeah,
You
we-
guys have really traditional names. It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You could get jobs. Y'all parents was
That's what I'm saying,
thinking.
Mom.
They were smart. They
was
my
so
parents' whole
smart.
thing was like, yo, get a good government job with benefits and, you know, you be good money. So
401k.
They had just in case names.
just in case names.
a pension.
Perfect.
So you could just imagine how disappointed they are with us right now.
like
Thank
we
you.
get. No, that's so funny.
They're just like, so you're still telling dirty jokes on the internet with the Spanish guy? That's literally what my mother said. I was like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, man.
So here we are with episode 12. Could you believe that?
shit.
We got a baker's dozen.
All right.
All right, and for a
Isn't that
while,
13 though?
I was just about to say that's next episode.
well, for a while, I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to. Hey,
I'll
open
take
my
a-
beer right here,
I'll take a
please.
brew.
Pause.
The Premium Pete Show is sponsored
this
by
nigga thinks
Beck's.
I'm a goddamn bartender now.
You better tell him.
Cause you're the bar.
I don't even drink beer. You want me to open it?
What do you drink?
Wine.
What's your favorite kind of wine?
Malbec.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Now I'm back, huh? Look at that. That means you ain't nobody wearing a condom now.
That's a
but-
nice wine to say is your favorite wine, because if you're not really a wine connoisseur, you might not know about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you come out with that, people's like, oh,
Yeah.
like,
Like, oh shoot,
Glad she didn't say Moscato. 'cause
And then I
was
hate
like,
Moscato.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Moscato is a dessert wine.
It
So
is.
unless you're
I know that.
pulling out cheesecake,
Right.
I don't want it.
It's
you
a
can
dessert
take that.
wine, but you know you can still flex with a couple of bottles at Red Rooster.
that's so funny.
Al, you be at Red Rooster?
Merlot.
I'll be all over the place. Young DP over here.
Bottle of red. I like Merlot.
Yeah.
You know, you get a nice
Bottle of
I do a Cabernet if they don't have that. Then-
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Then I'll do the Merlot.
I like a nice chilled nutcracker on ice.
Same.
You know?
A little thought
Wait,
juice.
pause. I gotta say pause to that.
I
To
like.
be honest.
I like.
You know what? Yeah, you got it. Well, I feel like nutcracker. You don't have to pause nutcracker.
No, because you
Yeah.
said I would like a nutcracker. Just the word, you know. Think about how that sounds.
All right. I prefer a nice warm Paul Masson out of my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? A little $3 bottle. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like my dad.
Classy wino in front of the bodega and the wheelchair
Classy.
that don't work.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys grow up together? You have a great synergy.
Well, it's like we're two dudes who have very similar backgrounds, and when you move around in the New York City public high school system,
Okay.
you inevitably bump into the like. It's weird because it's almost like tribal. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is the Jamaican kids, this is the Dominican kids that write graffiti, this is the Dominican kids who are Hicks, this is the Jamaican dudes who be dancing. So it's like all these groups move around. And high school in New York is crazy because I didn't know this. Like, I thought this was like this everywhere. But my wife went to high school in Jersey, and in Jersey, it's like if you are from Fairlawn, you go to Fairlawn High. You know what I'm saying? In New York, it's like you apply to high school like you're going to college.
So what is that? Like a zone school then? I
Right.
guess.
Do you remember in New York we used to have that thick ass New York
Yeah.
high school
High school
directory,
guy.
and you had to like pick
Yeah.
and all that shit. So basically, long story short, we in high school were in summer school together.
Yeah.
And then like we hung out there, and then we just kind of drifted apart.
Special ed,
Not special ed, but just kind of like remember how they used to have like
Miss One.
classes were too crowded, or you wanted to get
Yeah.
a jump for like whatever. I don't even remember now.
You got jumped?
no, not
No.
jump. Never got jumped. No one ever jumped me. In New York City High School, no one ever took my JanSport spring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would have took your strings.
You would not take my strings.
You would not have even
You
have,
would not.
have known.
Even when I was going up the staircase, I knew my.
No,
and I
I
didn't
would've
even
took
do.
them.
I didn't even do the herb thing of melting them with my.
No, I didn't
lighter,
do that either.
I knew I wanted someone to take my JanSport.
But I was real
That's all
particular
I had.
about my strings. I like the blue ones that I didn't knew came
The neon
from
shits.
a JanSport. Like,
Okay.
I didn't just
JanSport's
take
back.
anyone.
JanSport's back.
The back now?
How can it be back if it never left?
listen,
Yo, shout out to all my New
I like
Yorkers who are
Herschel.
still dressing like it's 1994.
Shout they out. I
Can't
could
wait to
probably
bring
even
back.
say
What is
that.
those? Remember the Evisu the velour suits?
I
These
love
velour
velour
suits?
suits.
We got to bring those back for dudes.
I had a
That's
Nietzsche,
Nietzsche.
a Nietzsche, a Nietzsche.
Evisu was the wild Japanese.
With
Nah,
the-
it was if you were getting money, you got like Evisu and Red Monkey and all that shit.
Oh, you was getting money?
Shout the
I
Atrium.
had a little run with
Okay,
I had a little run
okay.
back in the
Swiping before
Shout out
swiping
Adrian.
was swiping?
Before swiping was swiping, back when you had to actually do credit card scamming, okay? We was
Yo.
there Sunday night at Envy, you know what I mean?
Cashing in them food stamps.
Yeah, not food stamps. We
Whoa.
used to, shout out to all my people who used to have VersaCheck. I'm not going to say more, but you know what that's about.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Y'all about to give up your age.
Man's Versa
What's
scam over there.
VersaCheck? Let me Google that. What's that?
VersaCheck was check creating software way back in the day. Back when you
the first Photoshop.
when you were like scamming way before scamming, you had to know routing numbers. You had to like call the bank and confirm stuff. But people don't know like scamming used to be dedicated. You took work to scam. This whole thing now of like swiping cards and cloning cards, that's wild. That's not taking work. Okay,
My pieces
work
is hitting,
is when
though.
you drive down the I-95 to like Mississippi or something. You buy 3 pool tables and then you return them to somebody else and you brought them in like a check and you get cash back for them, which I don't even understand how that
Yo.
works, but that's how people was living back then.
That's wild. I stuck to boosting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With the 40
Shoplifting?
bag? Y'all little 40 bag?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Stealing jeans and shit, going out of state to like Connecticut, and like the
Woodbury
North Face
Commons.
stuff,
And then like
Woodbury.
resell it to get the
Ready?
money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yo, a big thing to boost back in the day was baby formula. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? 'Cause
It still is.
Still is.
You know, it still is.
Still
That's
is.
why they got the
That
shit
time.
He got
behind
a
the case,
baby.
you
He
know what I'm
might
saying?
need some.
So you boost that shit, and then you go sell it to Poppy. You know what I'm saying? For however many dollars a can, and you G'ing off tremendous.
But honestly, where are you going now that baby formulas? Well, in my hood, that shit is locked up. If you want baby formula,
That's what I'm
Tide,
saying.
or toothpaste,
That's
you
why
gotta
niggas
the
used to
manager.
get. It used to be like 3-4 dudes. We jump in the whip and drive out to like PA,
Sure.
Connecticut.
Oh, a rack
where
up
they-
over there?
Yeah, where they don't have shit locked up.
They got put onto it because even Jersey, even Toys R Us, where they Toys R Us, Baby Russ, are going to have the combo.
Yeah.
You know, like the Nathan's KFC type shit.
yeah.
You know, they have the
security tags?
well, yeah, I forgot what it is. Like it looks like a fucking bomb on that shit.
Yeah, it's like
you know?
the whole heavy tag.
Yeah,
shit.
so they have that one because for a while I was buying formula. Now he's on regular milk. My son turned 1, so
Oh.
Nice.
you know, 'cause I got a 16-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Okay.
Like what a gap, you know. I took 15 years off for fucking. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah,
True.
You know.
Yo, honestly, like part of me, because I got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Holy
Whoa,
shit!
whoa, you don't have a
Wait, what?
5-year-old?
Say that again?
Yeah. You have a 5-year-old?
Y'all not really friends.
He's fucking around.
Wait, you got a 5-year-old?
Now, is this something you plan or you just have bad cable in your house?
Well,
See, that's what I said. He's like, no, we plan to have these kids.
Well,
No,
was it- you know
he
what it
came in
was?
drunk one night after Don Coquille. He was doing a doggy and froggy style. And he just shot one in.
Froggy style.
I'm gonna give you this matzo ball.
Take
Yeah,
this.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Take
Nah,
this
it
City
was-
Island dick, ma.
My kids weren't. Yo, City Island dick is guaranteed to be
City Island dick is a whole nother level
guaranteed
of dick.
pregnancy.
All right, you off the Henny Coladas and shit?
Oh nah. If you take Shorty home and smash raw after City Island, she's
There's
definitely pregnant.
there's no non-smashing roll after City Island. Your
Yeah,
girl, she
yeah.
tipsy, she's singing Lemonade all
Yeah,
loud
oh,
in your
yeah.
ear.
It's
She's like,
over.
boy, bye.
It's over.
Boy, bye. Then she crying during all night. I love you so much all night.
See?
You go
I can't.
home, she kissing your neck, and she's like, tear it up.
Yo, remember
and
the
then by
days
the time
of
you pull up to
hickeys?
the house, she passes out.
Remember the days of getting hickeys, like and how much they
Yeah.
meant?
Yeah.
Like
that was a real
hickeys,
thing.
honestly, to me, hickeys were like fucking cologne back in the day.
That was dedication.
Like, yo, let me tell you something. Jupe, I used to put that shit on my nipples and my dick. Yo, let me tell you something. Like, on my neck, on my clothes. Yo, listen, if I put Jupe on, I was getting pussy.
Wow.
No problem. I mean, I was
I had the
already
Hugo
getting pussy.
Boss on deck for that.
Really?
The Hugo Boss was
What
my
about gray
pussy
flannel? You
cologne.
ever fucking
Cool
gray
water.
flannel was lit.
Cool water was the best thing because I remember when we were nasty scumbags in high school, like we played basketball and then instead of showering afterwards, we just spray on the cool
Yeah,
water,
cool water.
then get on the bus all funky and people like, mess up. Look at her. She
Did
can
you ever
smell
do
it.
that, Miss Lissa?
She can smell it.
What?
Not with cologne, but perfume.
Do what?
Just
Take
put it,
a-
like, take a bird bath with it.
No.
Bird bath.
Just maybe rub it on
Women
your
secrete
underarms
differently
or-
than men. You got to at least splash some water
What
on that thing.
What about in your whole bag? Do you have a whole bag?
I don't have a whole bag.
No, it doesn't have to be a whole bag. It could be an empowered black woman bag who chooses
No.
to liberate her sexuality and
You know
spend the
what I'm
night
I
saying?
with a
haven't
young
had a
man
home
bag.
in a long time.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
so
not having sex for how long? 4.5 months already?
It's feeling like a year.
Why?
Showerhead,
What? Fuck.
showerhead's banging the shit out of that
Showerhead
church.
Why is
in
it
my
for-
hand.
Is it for Ramadan or some shit? Why you not getting on? Look at it.
No. It just started
Is it
like
faith-based?
I was in like a situation. You don't about to get all the tea. It was like a little situation
girl,
shit.
spill it, girl.
It was over, and then
Yes.
I didn't just jump into anything, and then it turned into me putting more energy into just. I mean, I have a child too, and just doing more like work. And I know for a fact that when I work, I don't have time for a guy.
Yeah.
And when I have a guy, it feels like I don't have time for work. So I don't know how to mesh the two yet. So I'm just
Right.
like focused on one. And plus my daughter's just like, she needs more attention than
Yeah.
anybody else anyway. So I just
How
like
old is she?
That's good.
7.
Yeah, so definitely, yeah.
good.
School
But
age.
yeah, it started out, it's not by choice. I don't want to act like I'm out here like, but it's cool. Like I'm not hurting.
Well, when are you gonna let it come back though?
I'm gonna need somebody, to come court me because
It's
I just
summertime
feel
though,
like
right? It's not.
it don't. What does that mean? That's time to cuff or uncuff? Isn't it uncuffing
Uncuff,
in this?
uncuff.
Uncuffed, but I mean, this is when people's running the streets. You got the pheromones going.
Yeah,
It's warm.
you
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
it's like
You
it's
at
like the draft
party,
workouts.
You hear controller, then you hear one dance, then you hear work. You got grinding going on. You know
It's
what I'm
so
saying?
weird now. Like people are just weird, and guys are weird, and this industry is small.
Let me
And
tell you something.
I just have to meet the right kind of person. Then maybe
The internet and technology has made dating weird.
I don't exactly. I don't do that. I've never met a guy off the internet. Not MySpace. Not Mi Gente. Not like I've never.
Send me anything.
Black Planet.
So,
Black
I feel
Planet.
like we're in the same age range. So this is my thing. I'm 32 years old.
Okay.
My whole thing is like my generation. I feel like is the last generation that like we seen the internet come
Yeah.
and become a thing, and now it's like everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So before, like I talked to girls in the street before.
Thank you.
You
And
know
that's
what
the
I'm saying?
thing. Like
but
everyone's
I had
like
to.
socializing
Like there was no
on their
chat
phones.
room. Yeah. Like there was no chat room. Like now, what I used to do back in the day, motherfuckers would be like, "Yo, that's street harassment."
Yeah, but it's backwards now because it's like girls. When you try to talk them on the street, they're like, "Leave me alone." And then if you slide in their DMs, like, "Oh, he popping, he likes me."
I don't have people sliding in my DMs, but he's making a really valid point though. Like it's different. Like he said, we kind of are close in age. Like my cousin, no, he is 13, and there's a girl that they text all day, every day, but on the school bus, they've never even sat next to each other. Like they've never had a real conversation.
crazy.
Like this new generation, they're like socializing on levels that I don't even. That's why my daughter, she doesn't watch TV. Like it's very limited, like internet access. Like I saw a toddler unlock an iPad, and I'm just like, it's really crazy. Like, and even thinking about our posture, it's gonna go back to like a humped look because we're always slumped over.
Yeah.
So like everything is just like weird to me.
So answer this for me. One of my last times hollering at a girl in the street was I'm sitting in the car in front of the bodega with my man. He looks over, he sees this girl coming up the street. He's like, "Yeah, I seen this girl going to bodega like 5 times last week. She must be new to the neighborhood, but she's dope." You know what I'm saying? He's like, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna go holler at her." So I jump out of the car. I'm like, she's going to the store. I'm going to the store anyway to get a Dutch. So I go in the store, and while we're at the counter, I'm like, "Yo, what's good?" You know what I'm saying? "How you doing? My name is Mero. Are you new around here? Because I've been seeing you in the neighborhood, but I don't know you, and I know a
Right.
lot of the people from around here. So did you just move there?" "Yeah, So then we struck up a conversation. I feel like now if I did that, it's like, why you know what I'm saying? Like, am I bugging if I do that nowadays?
I would.
I mean, not that I would,
appreciate
because
if
I'm
like,
very
yeah,
well spoken for.
You spoken for it, but I would appreciate a guy to do that. Like for me, like that kind of approach is like really like endearing. I would
Nice.
like that.
That was a nice way.
You know what I mean?
Now,
Because
me,
it wasn't like,
myself,
"Yo, what's up,
personally,
bitch?" You know
I
what
come
I
in
mean?
the bodega, I grab a Red Bull, chuck that shit down, slam it on the counter.
Shout
I'll
out
be
to
like,
Monster
"Yo,
Energy."
you listen to Bodega Boys, Mom?" She'll be like, "What's that?" And I'll play her a snippet, and I'll be like, "Yo, let's go."
Come on.
Oh, that's how it works,
That's how it
Kanye.
works. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Get out of my dreams.
When will Desus have a kid?
He's not
Let's-
Jesus. He's Jesus.
Okay?
Well, listen, Desus. When will you have a kid?
No time soon. I'm
Really?
out here. I'm chilling, man.
You out here getting next pregnant?
Is it that you don't like children?
Yeah, no, I love children. Like, shout out to my nephew. The kids love me. Kids love
Okay.
being around me. But it's just I'm
No
focused
Jared.
on my Jared.
No Jared.
No Jared. Nope. Not touching the kids with the footlongs. Nope. I'm just focused on my career right now, and I feel like just the freedom I have from not having a child allows me to explore so many opportunities that I would like to do this now before I have a child. Mero's gonna be like, I'm gonna have a child when I'm 60, but that worked for Jeff Goldblum.
No, I
and he
will-
has mad fucking money, so we can't do that.
Yeah, no, honestly, I believe that you can do that if you have money. If you don't have money, it's real hard to do that.
No, I agree. I
Have
agree.
a kid way later in life like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I also do think that when you have a kid, it also gives you a sense of inspiration. Like, when you say, like, trust me, I know what you mean because I stayed so long with, not having a kid. So I had my daughter's 16 years old, and I just had my son, like I said, last year. So for all those years, even before I got, met my girl, I was just moving around, focusing on me, focusing on my career, focusing on what I wanted. Plus I was married, so like when you get divorced, it's like almost you got to find yourself again.
Right.
Because it's like when you get married, you feel like, you close the envelope.
Right.
And then when you open up, you're like, holy shit, like there's mail in here.
Yeah.
So, it's a weird feeling. So it took me many years to figure out who the fuck I was. I used to go out to eat by myself. My sister, she got divorced also. She was coaching me through things. She was like, go eat by yourself. I go out to a restaurant. I was like, that shit is weird. I don't want to go eat by myself. But she said, get in touch with yourself.
Right.
Pause. Go to the movies, whatever, shit like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is there is a point.
But didn't you just like default back? So like because you were Pete before you got married. You know what I'm saying? You were married, so you're this guy. Because I feel you 100%. Because I've been married. How long I've been married since like 2010. So like I've been married for a little minute. My whole thing is, if something was to happen, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, and I end up being single, I feel like I would just fall right back into pre-married Mero.
You
know
would,
what I'm
but you would reflect a lot and you would feel bad a lot because you have your kids. See, keep in
Oh
mind.
yeah, no, that's true.
Keep in mind.
Niggas like, oh shit, I forgot to know
Yeah,
niggas.
no, that's true. No, that's true. That's a big. That really.
No,
makes
but what
a
I'm
big
saying with
difference.
Desus is, even though you take your mind to focus on what you're doing, if you have a kid, I'm not trying to convince you to have a kid,
Right.
but I'm saying if you do have a kid, that should give you an inspiration that you never had. Like, you go home. Honestly,
I kind of want to disagree because I've always been my own kid. Like I've ran my own company. I've been an entrepreneur on very different levels of success. I used to have a domain name business where I was buying and selling international domain names.
like a stock exchange.
Yeah. So, this is the kind of shit I'm on. Like, going out to eat by myself, I do that normally. I go to clubs by myself. I go to festivals by myself. I don't need to be around other people. In fact, other people, I don't really enjoy the company of other people. I
Yeah.
rock with Mero, but I tend to think, like, I'm too into my head, and I'm thinking constantly on levels on, like even when we're sitting here, I'm thinking about new Bodega Boys t-shirts.
Sure,
and
sure.
TV shows and movies and script ideas and stuff like that.
How do you shut your mind off?
I can't.
I
That's the
jerk
thing.
off. That's what I do.
Like,
I
I
smoke
drink a
mad
lot.
weed.
I drink a lot and I smoke a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm never able to. Like, my head is like a beehive, just constantly ideas and tweets and jokes and just weird shit like
Yo,
that.
honestly, on Twitter, you spit out a
You
lot
see
of
it.
crazy
You
shit.
see
yeah.
it, and that's constant. Like, the shit I don't tweet is Twitter has saved my life because all those tweets are just things that are just going through my head at any given moment. So it's just like I have that going on, and then to attach someone else there, and then for us to try to raise a child at this moment, that's not gonna work. And then it's just like I see what Mero goes through. Mero's a good pops and everything, but like, especially at the level of our career right now, because like we're not to be gassed, but we're popping and we're getting new opportunities and things. Like, we went out to LA to shoot Wild 'N Out.
Okay.
We was out there for how
was
long?
lit.
We was out there 2 weeks,
Like 2.5, 3 weeks almost.
2 or 3 weeks.
In and out. You fucking went in and out.
Fucking with In and Out.
Heavy.
Okay.
But while we were there,
Cali
the night
weed.
we were leaving, it was like a blizzard was coming. And Mero's wife was like, yo, you leaving me with three kids and everything. And like, she held it down, they held it down, they worked it out together. And I'm like looking at that like, all I had to do was like get my dog sitter. Like, yo, I'll be back in 3 weeks. So
No, you're right. I mean, I know exactly what you're saying because it's like I hit the restart button, so I'm all the
Right.
way back in the beginning of what I know exactly what you're saying, but it gives me a bigger inspiration. But at the same time, there is something to be freedom. But I'll be honest with you, sometimes after a while, when you moving around and you're getting some success, it's good to share it with somebody. You know?
I got
You got a lot of hoes to share success
I
with.
have no I have my wonderful women.
Help me on
women.
this, Mero. Help me on this.
No, I feel you. Like, honestly, it's like we have this conversation all the time, like on and off the air, and like in all types of scenarios. My whole thing is like it's kind of, you have children, so you understand it because it's I feel like it's a more so. It's emotional and chemical, because like once I had my first, like I don't cry, I never cried tears of joy my entire life. When my first son was born, I cried tears of joy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
as
I
a
never-
man cried over another man?
Yeah, dog.
I'm from Harlem.
It
We
was
don't get down
crazy.
like that,
but I
dog.
couldn't control it though.
You might as well call him daddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Nah.
Look at you. Your son got cookies.
You know what I'm saying? But like I couldn't even control it. Like I was just watching it happen. I was like, yo, this is so, like, this is my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me and you got together and made another human life. You know what I'm saying? That is gonna grow up and be something.
Did you
know
give
what I'm
them
saying?
Dominican names or Dominican Jewish names?
Well, so my first son's name was Adrian. I'm super into like super Dominican names like Amaudi and Aneudi and shit like that, and like Starlin. Yo, and like Dominican dudes always will name their kid a very white last name as their first name. Like Wilson or Franklin. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like Franklin Vega is to me, it's like the wild Dominican name. You know what I'm saying? I went to school with all these dudes.
You ever seen the girls Nilda?
Yeah, Nilda, Mari Lacey,
Oh, my God.
Yesenia, Yadira, all that shit.
Yo, Dominicans know, growing up in Coney Island, Dominicans, I mentioned this before, they used to come to the beach with the fucking shopping cart.
Yo,
and push it in the
dog,
motherfucking
with a pot
sand.
this big.
Yo, shit, they had
With spaghetti and plátanos and the shit.
17 kids, and they
Eating a
would,
wild heavy meal in 90-degree weather.
they brought the dog, like,
Dog, no leash.
Yo, let me tell you something. She was crazy.
Congos.
She was crazy, but nothing is more
Cowbell
crazy.
for no reason.
Nothing is nothing's more crazy than and you'll see this with a lot of white people in Coney Island that I saw growing up when they put the leash on the kid. So then
That's wild.
Yo,
I was gonna get a leash for my daughter. at one
never do
point.
that. Don't ever
I
do
didn't.
that.
She's 7 now. I did a great
don't.
job.
I think you should do that because that kid just got snatched up in Florida by the gator. If he was
That's
on
wild.
leash, he wouldn't have got snatched.
Would have pulled
See?
his ass right
You know,
back.
But that's what it is too.
The kid
like,
what about the kid in the gorilla exhibit?
Leash.
With a leash.
But I've learned that black people, especially black mothers, we have a verbal
The
leash.
thing about the leash.
yeah,
So
I was gonna say
stop, and she
Yeah,
does. Get over
yeah.
here. She does it.
Yo,
so
my pops, I learned it from my pops. Just that look. I'll say my son. I'll be like
that
Adrian,
look of fear.
and he'll look at him. I'll make that direct eye contact with
Yeah.
him. That laser stare.
Nah,
and he'll
there's a
just
look
stop in
of
his
fear
tracks.
that he gives his kids, and there's a look of fear I give his kids, and there's two different reactions from that shit. Because his kids be fucking wilding like they in fucking 7 Maine or some shit, and then his kid was about to hit me with a fucking pumpkin. And his wife was like, "Don't hit Jesus with the pumpkin," and the kid did that little like, "I'm gonna
in
hit this
what?
nigga." I was like, "Hit me with that pumpkin." That's all I said. I was like,
they call you Uncle Jesus.
"Nah," they just be like, "Yo, that Moreno."
Oh.
No, they don't. Nah, they be mad like they be like, "Yo."
Yeah,
They
My
don't.
kids
They
are-
really. They're kind of scared of me because they know I'm West Indian and I'm just waiting for the first chance to beat the living shit out of his kids. Just
You can't do that nowadays. The kids will call
I will get
911.
deported
The kid-
just
Yo,
for the
nowadays
good
the
of
kids
the
do.
nation by beating his children.
My kids are like halfway between
Terror
like,
and
yeah,
complete evil.
My kids are wild because there's 3 boys.
Well, you
know what
have
I'm
3 boys.
Three
Yeah, the
boys.
3 boys.
So
Holy
Adrian.
It's like a group home in his
Adrian,
house.
Avery, and Amari.
So you stay with the A's
Yeah.
because their mom's name starts with an A.
No, because there was
To make it faster when they fill out online forms.
Got you.
I-
Or
Absolutely.
get called faster if they get a visit when they're in jail.
No. My pop's name. Exactly. My pop's name starts with an A, so we stuck with the A's.
That was
You know
nice.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
And you didn't go with the last names because that's what we were talking about before y'all started going into the craziness. So you saying that Spanish Dominican people name their children Franklin.
Wow, crazy. Yeah,
right,
yeah, no,
but
no.
you didn't
Yeah,
because
no. But I liked Adrian because my whole thing was like my parents are Dominican. You know what I'm saying? And they have accents. So I don't want to give them a wild, because my wife is coming out with these wild white people names like Parker.
Hunter.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, I'm not naming my kid nothing like that. And I liked Adrian because Adrian, you can say it in English, Adrian, and Adrian in Spanish. So like I knew my parents would never fuck his name up. You know what I'm saying? Also, I just kind of like that name. It's like a strong name.
and then the next
Yeah.
one.
So we didn't agree on that though. Like she didn't like that name at all. And then I think it was like Hanukkah before the baby was born. She gave me a present, and it was from her Aunt Adrian. So that's how I realized like, oh, well, she's like, yo, we're naming the baby
listening.
Adrian. Yeah.
And then you let her name the second one?
Avery, yeah, because I thought Avery was a mad white name, but then people were like, nah, it's not.
Call him A.
Shout out to Avery Johnson.
Yeah, Avery Johnson, Avery Bradley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, it just sounded mad white.
Avery Storm.
Yeah. So that's why I made his middle name Fernando. You know what I'm saying? Because to counterbalance.
Just
And
in case he
then
wants
the
to become a
last one.
mechanic.
Exactly.
Or
Good
he's a-
night.
Or he's a Lady Gaga fan.
You know what I'm saying?
She has that song.
And then the baby is what?
And the baby is Amari Joel.
That's when you went real like hood with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just in
Amari.
case he wants to stop at Meeker Avenue. Exit.
What are you gonna name your babies? Do you have any baby names?
I have a baby name. I'm not allowed to say it anymore on the podcast.
He flushed those down the
Oh,
toilet.
but you already said it on the podcast.
I
We
said
got-
on the podcast.
and she about to kill you.
Apparently, you know what? Let me just stop right now.
Well, you know that.
Yo, you know
how's
what's
it going,
crazy?
guys? Yakety
Yo,
shackety.
this is the wild shit about what you were saying, like about married life versus single life and all that shit. Because I talk about my family and my things.
Yep.
They're there. They're not going anywhere. He's like, he'll say something that relates to one girl. And then, like, he might be, I'm not going to say he might be dealing with another girl who then hears that. And then we're in the office and I just see this nigga looking at his phone like, and it's like, Shorty B stressing him like, yo, what was that shit you
'Cause
said
she
about
listened
going
to the
thing?
podcast.
Exactly.
Bro, I have the same problem. Listen, last week we had a sexologist on.
Oh, yeah.
Nikki Morgan, right? So I start telling my lady, low-key Nat. Okay, that's who she is.
You
low-key
gotta
Nat.
tell them what you told her first.
No. Well, what happened was she asked me, so she knows about the episode. She don't really listen, but she knows about it, and she asked me if I did anything crazy. And I wanted to tell her right off the jump. So I said, listen, I just smacked her ass a couple of times. And she's like, why are you smacking her ass? I said, listen, I'm playing around. I don't mean no disrespect. I mean, listen, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want? And then all of a sudden, when she said, I can't believe you, I said, listen, that's why I don't tell you any shit. That's why I don't tell you nothing.
Now she like, oh, you don't tell me nothing?
So I said, you know what? I'm going to fix this. I went downstairs. I poured me a glass of water. And I went back upstairs and said, listen, I ain't smack her ass. I palmed it. That's it. And she was like, oh, she laughed, so she was like, all right, forget that shit.
You didn't tell her you saw her vagina?
I told her I seen a vajayjay.
Okay.
So the vag-edge?
Yo,
Yeah.
she pulled out her chachi as soon as she sat down. It was a great interview. Shout out to Nikki Morgan.
Yeah, sexologist.
You guys should
was
have
in
her
the
on your
house.
podcast. I'll set it up.
But listen, she does a touchless orgasm, but internet's listen, it was crazy. But you know what? Let's take a quick break. And we'll come back with the Bodega boys, Desus and Mero in the motherfucking building.
Ow.
Internet, you listen to the Premium Pete Show with Miss Lissa knows.
AKA Wiggy Smalls, AKA We'll Be Right Back.
AKA F your podcast. Cheer. Internets, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, subscribe to us on iTunes.
Right.
We're on Google Play. We're on Stitcher. We're on TuneIn. We're across the fucking internets.
And you guys have to make sure that you like it, tell a friend to tell a friend, and subscribe so we know it's real.
Man, leave a comment so we know it's real. But honestly, listen. The internet's all over the world are listening. International. Listen, I was looking at some of the stats. I was like, yo, I've been seeing some places that I can't even pronounce.
Right.
All right.
And we want to get to where you are. So make sure you show love so we can show love back.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Premium P Show featuring Miss Lissa knows. Expect the unexpected.
Cheer. Internets, and we're back. I'll tell you one thing. We were talking so much about kids' name and family and Desus not wanting kids and me.
Money over babies, yo. Currency over toddlers. That's
Cheer.
the life motto.
Me and Mero talk about family. I mean, listen, it's all over the place. It is a beautiful thing. But you know what? I didn't even get to. How the fuck did the podcast start? Like, how did you... Actually, the first time I seen you guys was through Complex.
Right.
It was Desus versus Mero. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What was funny was, we both had respected jobs or whatever. The original idea for the podcast was going to be me, him, and my friend Koku. And I was like, because she's funny on the internet. And I was coming together with it. I didn't know how to do a podcast. I was like trying to get together the money to buy like a recorder or something. I didn't know what the fuck a podcast. I knew of podcasts, but I'd never done one before. And then our boy Donnie Kwa over at Complex, who I've known forever, he's known Mero forever. One day he sent the email over like, yo, you and Mero, I have an idea. Like, you guys are great on Twitter together. Because anytime we had tweeted towards each other, the shit was funny.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yo, I'm pitching an idea at Complex for a show called Desus versus Mero. Blase Blah come in to do a screen test. We did that. We did 8 episodes audio only.
Yeah.
And off of that, they were like, yo, we're going to turn this to video. And it just flew off from there.
That was at the time that they were doing video. I remember.
Right.
I don't know if we were after or probably after. I think.
No, I
Or
think
before.
Yeah, I remember there was...
Before.
No, it was definitely before, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I remember we would come in to record, and it would be like who was using the studio, and it'd just be like mad fucking shows and shit. So.
Yeah, they were testing out the video. That's when we
Yeah.
did the Combat Jack show, Complex TV deal.
Shout out to
And-
Complex.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
y'all still good with Complex?
Nope.
Why'd y'all
Not-
leave?
You know what happened? Though it wasn't there was no stress or anything,
was
but it was
not-
just like...
It wasn't no beef shit. It was just
no beef.
niggas had to scale up.
What's beef?
The money that wasn't right?
No, it wasn't even money. It was just the fact of like it started as a podcast. It became a video show, and then
It got too big too fast.
Yeah.
And at one point, they
Yeah.
were just like, yo, we can't, like...
They didn't know how to
They didn't know
move
what to
forward
do.
with it.
Because they would have to structure the contract. Like, I mean, at one point we were on Rolling Stone. I was on the Anthony Bourdain show.
Yeah.
Like, we were out there. Like, we had way exceeded the expectations of the podcast. So they were just like, yo, like, we can't really do anything. And then MTV2 came through like, yo, like, we will give you way more money than Complex. And because, niggas aren't loyal. We left.
Right.
Well, our contract was up, though. So it wasn't like we bounced on them. or
But
anything.
it's also stepping stones, you know what I
Right.
mean? And,
Yeah,
and,
for
and
sure.
For them, they were just stepping into that, and so were you guys, as far as that. But I will say this,
it was a learning experience for both of us.
exactly. But with the podcast, I know you went to Red Bull Studios. Why'd you guys never sign with LSN.
Oh,
And the reason why I say that for is because I know Chris Morrow.
Yes.
That motherfucker, okay, I know he was courting you motherfuckers for a while.
Yeah.
Sure
Like,
was.
whenever we would be here, he would show up, fucking bring flowers, bring chocolates, you know?
He's like, yo, y'all checks came in.
Hey,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
I remember he did that shit. We did tax. He came in. He's like, "Yo, here's y'all checks for the week."
Yeah, when we
just
was
like,
here,
I
we
was
was
like,
like,
"Ah,
okay."
shit, I see you,
I
Chris."
was like, I'm gonna see you loudspeaker. You're not low. You know what's funny? We would be a perfect fit for loudspeaker. We definitely would be fit in with Combat Jack.
But did he ever ask you?
He asked us mad times, but it was nothing personal. It was just basically the way that our deal with MTV2 was, and just like we had like exclusivity, and we wouldn't be able. Like remember, like our podcast was every 2 weeks, and that was because we were barely finding time to record it.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to like waste loudspeakers' time and be like, "Yo, we're coming through Monday at 5, and then we have to do something for MTV, and we just waste the studio time." So we were like to bring back the podcast was a huge ordeal, and like. Red Bull gave us enough freedom that we could bring it back and just kind of do it whenever.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's
there's really no expectations of Red Bull. Like that was just like my man Ezra from Vampire Weekend, it's like a friend of ours or whatever. He through him and through my man Despot, like they just knew dudes that worked at Red Bull and had like that culture element.
You talking about rapper Despa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He used to own, was it Santos, no? Didn't they close down or something?
Yeah.
San Diego closed down. Did he own that?
Well, yeah, he owned part
wow.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, Despot's out here.
And he owns a fucking
The deli, right? The
deli
Frankels?
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Frankels.
And supposedly he clapped somebody, but he says he didn't. But internet's allegedly.
He's a good-
allegedly.
allegedly.
You know what?
He's
I will
he's a
co-sign
stand-up
that.
guy.
I've never heard that, but if he says it, if that's what the internet says,
No,
sure,
I'm only playing. I asked him a while back.
No, let's start that rumor. That's why I killed a person
In white pants. He loves wearing white pants.
in white
you know?
pants.
You know?
Justin Bieber tried to press him once.
Right?
Yeah, over
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
Wild story. Next time
Wild
you see him.
story. When next
Get
time you
the
see
fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
dead serious. And what was funny when he told us that story, you could tell you the difference between like people who have been in the industry for a minute and like people like us who still ride the train. Because it's just like, yo, like I don't care, like you're not pressing me. I don't care if you're Justin Bieber. Like you're not
Right.
gonna like.
What would
like,
you do?
Listen?
I'll-
You know what it is?
yo, listen,
When you
honestly-
fight, ask for your repeat. When you fight COs, you get like 2 punches in, then you gotta like ball up. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're gonna fuck you up. So it'd be like that. Like I'd get like 2 punches in on Bieber and let his security fuck me up,
Yeah,
and
this-
then sue.
The sad thing about it is, I got into many altercations with COs that it's crazy to me because that's why I try to stay out of trouble. I'm home. Listen, come home, stay home.
Right.
Anybody who's listening in the jails right now, lock in. No,
Lock
okay, I'm
in.
not kidding.
Shout out to my man Black Pat who just came off parole, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Frankie who somehow got we could bleep his name. Somehow got Facebook in jail.
His
Really?
shit's popping.
Yeah.
We be looking at his Facebook like, yo,
This nigga's posting raps, taking flicks and shit.
Is it Rikers?
No,
Nah.
When you start listening, Desus, that's what you miss. When you didn't go all the way upstate.
Right.
If you would have went upstate, listen, let me tell you something.
Upstate,
know the
you
thing
can
is-
you do that upstate? Is that legit? Like
No. But what I'm
because he's up there.
The reason why I say Rikers is because the COs, listen, and shout out to Dallas Penn because he makes one of the best points he ever made. COs are the real crooks. Shout out to them because they got 1 foot in the jail, 1 foot out, and they get to go home.
My brother-in-law is a CO.
Sorry,
That's like
yeah.
the conduit to
And this is the thing.
to
I
the
like
outside world.
this was after like I'm running through the streets whatever and then like my sister's like well, like she mentions it casually and I'm just like what so I'd be around him and like his workmates and shit at barbecues and I'm like yo y'all niggas is literally like a couple of bad decisions from being locked up from the people you're in charge of and shit.
Really?
Like, y'all are mad. They're very felonious kind of fella. Not him. He's good. He's upstanding. But you got the other ones like they'll take a bribe in a minute.
Yo,
They're fucking people. in
COs were
showers
fucking
and
yeah.
shit.
So, yo, my man, this kid L from Harlem, man, he was fucking like. Listen, he was in the cell next to me. Listen, every night there was a CO coming in, and some of the COs are bad, man.
Yeah,
and they were
some of them just love the male attention. and
Yeah.
shit. You know how they be. My man Black Pat, he was getting his dick sucked and getting steaks when he was locked up.
Really?
So shout out to him, man.
by the CO.
By the CO.
Okay.
That CO coming from home and shit, bringing him food and shit.
I'm hoping it wasn't anybody else in that motherfucker. You gotta watch out and fucking Dominique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, fucking on Friday night upstate and midstate, there used to be a fucking. That was when a lot of people did dope, and it was like after 12 o'clock, it was a lot of gay people up in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
So I used to keep my ass like fucking reading a Blacktail magazine, Blue Cantrell.
Blue Cantrell.
You know?
Oh man. Hit him up style. That's like the most famous beat your meat fucking
Blue Cantrell?
That like there's two stories that always stick with me when niggas from jail and shit. The niggas beating the Blue Cantrell and just Nori talking about making fake pussies.
Oh man, shout out to Nori.
Shout out to Nori. Nori, how great is Nori, man?
Yeah, he reinvented
so
himself, man.
He's the podcast guy now. What's funny, he comes on Uncommon Sense with Charlamagne every now and then, and like everyone's like, "Oh, Nori, you're the podcast guy." Stuff. When he gets around us, we're all straight.
Yo, War Report. What? Channel 10 Blood Sport.
Right.
Yo, I think you killed my homie.
What?
Like that kind of shit.
Yo, I love Uncommon Sense. I was telling Charlamagne, you know, we had Andrew Schultz on. I mean, obviously it's one big small circle of people that know each other. But you know, I was telling Charlamagne like, yo, how the fuck you have the only Italian you have on is that fucking wannabe from Jersey Shore. I'm like, you need me up in that motherfucker. Like,
Yo, y'all gotta pull some strings and get him on there.
no, they brought up that kid Vinny. What's his name?
Vinny from Jersey Shore.
You know what's crazy? Shout out to Vinny. You know what's crazy? Vinny, I didn't even notice. Your man has the wild, devoted, large following.
Our highest
I didn't even
episode
know.
of Uncommon Sense
Yeah,
ever
was him.
was the one with him on it.
Not
Because
Nori.
Hawk.
Yeah, not fucking. Who else was on there?
So we could be over here like, who the fuck is him? And then
I
like,
think he's so cute. Hi, Vinny. How you doing?
listen, we came out the studio and there were mad girls, like mad young girls, which I don't understand because Jersey Shore was so long ago. But they fuck with Vinny hard. Shout out to Vinny.
The thing I didn't like about Jersey Shore is besides him, like nobody was really Italian.
Yeah.
So they try to portray that everybody was, even Snooki, she ain't no fucking
Facts
Italian.
don't matter,
Wait.
man.
The juice
the
head
little fat
was
gummy bear, the one that looked like
no.
a gummy
She
bear.
was adopted by
Mike,
Italians.
I think Mike was the
Yeah.
real Italian one, but
What about the one that dated
Ronnie,
that girl? Yeah, Ronnie.
he was Puerto Rican.
Huh?
He's half
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
And some of them were for like, you know, from
Yo, also, it's crazy because that Ronnie dude came into Jay's Barbershop, shout out to Jay's Barbershop on Tremont, came into Jay's Barbershop, and my man Nace was in the chair getting a cut, free Nace, and Ronnie walks in, and everybody's like, yo, shit, yo, it's Ronnie from the Jersey Shore, and he goes, man, I don't give a fuck about no fucking Jersey Shore. Fuck that shit. Mad loud to this dude. And he's sitting there like waiting to get a cut. And he doesn't say shit. He just looks over like, ah.
Oh my
you know what I
God,
mean? Because he's kind of, yo, this is mad Italians in Country Club. In the
Really?
Bronx. You know what I
See,
mean?
the only thing I don't like about Italians
And
in the
Morris
Bronx. Really?
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Italians in the Bronx is, look, growing up, first of all, I know two kids that were in Bronx Tale.
Right.
But growing up, Bronx Tale was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I mean, it has so many, to this day, if you watch internet, so if you've never seen Bronx Tale,
I love
Watch
that.
throw it on. But, yo, just the gems in it alone, you know?
Right.
Just that what you learn from Sonny.
Yeah.
And even the kid, Lalo Brancato, who went away, actually, for murder. I spoke
Who
to him
killed
on the
the
phone.
cop.
Well,
The
he
night-
didn't kill the
he
cop.
didn't kill the cop, but
his
his
man
did. But
yeah.
that was the night before I got
Really?
picked up. That's
Yo.
why the cops were going so hard that
And
night.
can I tell you some ill shit?
What?
When that happened, my man Hav, you know what I'm saying, had made, because that was when MySpace was popping.
Free Hov.
Free Hav. What? Not,
Wait, let's hear his charges.
No. He's not locked up. He's locked up. He's chilling.
All right.
No. So Hav had, that's when MySpace was popping.
Okay.
So Hav had made this
Top
page, you know what I'm saying, as the dead cop fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Being like, yo, I was out here in these streets fucking not minding my own business. I ended up getting smoked or some shit like that. And had me in the top 8. So it was like me, like John Stamos, and like mad random shit. And my MySpace name was like I eat food all day or some shit like that. And they had quoted me like 3 times. Because you know how you used to leave the comments on the wall?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you should have worn your body armor, nigga. Aha. You know what I'm saying? You got clapped out
Wow.
here. Talking mad reckless about this dead cop. And then the shit got picked up by the Daily News and the
Oh,
Post
shit.
for like 2 days in a row. This shit, and it was like, yo, cyber scumbags.
You were trending.
Yeah, cyber scumbags. And it had a picture of me being like, with gold teeth, and my brother mad high and shit, like, yo, looking crazy
Yo.
with like 3 or 4 quotes.
Look at that.
In
Listen,
the
that's
paper.
That's just early Bodega Boys, baby.
Fucking
Yo.
Mero was trending before
That's
trending
right,
was
before the
happening.
internet. And then my man came to the crib because I didn't even know. Yo, that was back in the day when I had a clamshell phone, and they had just MySpace had just come
Classic.
out with that feature where you would get an alert every time you got a new post. Like that was like the new shit. So I was like, oh shit, let me set my phone up to do this. Yo, I woke up the next day, my phone was like 300 text messages.
God damn.
Mad people, you're a piece of shit. How dare you defile the name of an NYPD officer? You fucking nigger, all this crazy shit. You fucking garbage. I was like, what the fuck? 2 minutes later, boom, boom, boom. I go to the door. Yo, son. Opens up the paper, and it's fucking me and my brother like, in the top 8 looking fucking crazy.
Yo, you know, the thing I hate about...
And then, so I was like, yo, let's go smoke a blunt and go to the diner and read the shit.
Celebrate that
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? Hell
Yo,
yeah.
you'd be
You
like
should've framed
Christopher
it.
Moltisanti, Spider. He bought every fucking paper. Remember Sopranos? When he was in
Yeah.
the paper? He bought every fucking paper. But the thing is, look, here, if I didn't say this before, I grew up in Brooklyn, and I literally been to the Bronx 4 times. That's it.
Right.
But Bronx Tale is one of my favorite movies.
Mine too.
But it wasn't fucking even filmed in the Bronx.
No, that's why as a Bronx resident, I was just kind of like,
Yo, let me give you some. Let me give you some facts.
How much was it?
Very little was filmed here. But this is what it is. The Bronx. Okay, here it is. It was Harley taped in the Bronx. The Fordham neighborhood in which Colonial lives. See how you said that? Colonial lives was filmed in Astoria, Queens.
Mm-hmm. Oh
right.
shit.
The black neighborhood said to be and around Webster Avenue was filmed at East 15th Street and Gravesend Neck Road in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
what? You could watch the movie. You could tell those are not the Bronx neighborhood.
Finally, the scene set on the Bronx City Island was filmed in that location.
Well,
Okay.
that's like Harlem Nights. It wasn't filmed in Harlem.
Yeah, but-
and Get Rich or
'Cause there
Die
was
Trying
definitely-
was filmed in the Bronx.
Right. There was a lot of shit. Rumble of the Bronx was filmed in Canada.
See?
There was a lot of things though, because I was talking about my racist ex-girlfriend's grandmother.
Yeah.
She actually grew up with those people. She was like, yo, Chaz Palminteri is from the neighborhood, and used to come by and be like, yo, whatever. And when they filmed that movie, a lot of her friends were like extras and blah blah blah, and would always talk that shit up. Yo, this is where this happened, and blah blah blah. Let me find out.
No, I mean, what's sad is that it's funny because I through my life and just through podcasts, just through sneakers, just through building relationships, I've been able to meet and connect and have a Rolodex of so many fucking people. Everybody from fucking Christian Slater to fucking Michael Douglas to Drake,
Right.
But when I was able I got on the phone with this kid, Colonial, about like 5 months ago. I found him on, what happened was I post a lot of Bronx Tale shit because me and my lady's Trini. So like I would post like, that's my great one or whatever, and people would add him and they know how much I love Bronx Tale, how much I know about mob movies and just being Italian. So they added him and he started commenting and then, I DM'd him and then we got on the phone. It's funny because like at that moment I was like, yo, it's weird how life is because you could be like behind and like, make a late payment on your cell phone bill, but you'll be doing some dope shit, invited to a party.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Or you'll be, and I was like, damn, man, growing up like Bronx Tale was everything to me. And, just that kid narrating it, you know what I mean? The way he did and just the situation he's been in. So anyway, the crazy thing that's sad is I want to have him on the show. Right. But I tried to have him on the Combat Jack show back then, but like Reggie wasn't ready for him. He was like, nah, he wasn't feeling the situation. But for me, I was like, yo, that's a dope story. And so I spoke to him, but he's at a point in his life where it's sad. I was like, yo, podcasting is a great audience. It opened you up to a new, see what you're doing.
Right.
And he was like, yo, how much does it pay? And I was like, yo, don't pay anything, But I promise you I'll help I can help him. Like, even like I wanted to do something with him and Mikey Likes It. Right. And he was like, where he could like do a flavor or something and come to the store, and really like donate that money to like, like help him out,
Right.
I've been there, I've been away, but he doesn't get it, so it's sad.
I mean, but the shit is that, what's crazy? Like his background, his past, he has a lot of stories that people might want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's perfect for podcasting.
That's the problem.
That's why
with a lot
Maury
of
shit is
dudes.
so ill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's telling all these wild old stories. Yo, we did this. Yo, Steve Stout was running train with so-and-so.
Shit
like,
they
all types
probably
of wild
forgot.
shit. Yeah.
You know?
what I mean?
And to them, like, if you remember, like, when you were running the streets and shit that was, like, epic, shit, or, like, a normal Tuesday to you when you were running the streets is fucking epic to the casual rap listener.
Yeah.
Like, I have nights, like, back in, like, 05, 06, that if I was to say it right now, y'all be like, yo, y'all niggas is lying. There's no way that was like your regular life. Like niggas was like bagging up, put on an Ed Hardy shirt, go to Pasha, we serving fucking Guidos and shit. Like that was normal back.
What was
in the
that
day.
other one? Affliction.
Huh? Affliction,
Von
Christian,
Dutch,
whatever. And we was at we was getting money to the point we would buy like an Ed Hardy shirt before it was corny. Like back when you was really flexing
Most
with
definitely.
it. Go to the club and the shit. Probably lose the shit in VIP, not even care, and just buy a new one the next day.
See, the thing I didn't like about Affliction or Ed Hardy was that, like, when I would see people wearing it, there was people that, like, filled it out.
Right.
And I would get in that shit, and it would be like,
you'd be mad big.
like a hanger.
Wild, like a
But the thing
refugee
was,
and shit. Yeah.
We were always hanging, because I worked in nightclubs, and we'd always hang after hours, like, after hour clubs would always be like the wild steroid out Guido niggas and off-duty strippers. So that's what they were wearing. So I was like, all right, let me just put on this shit.
Let me just fit on
And
this
then
shit.
we go see Boris at fucking Pasha and like, putting the mad Molly in my mouth and shit.
Blowing a
Shit was
whistle,
wildin'.
doing a flashlight.
Fucking lights go off. And
What
then
about
the
Hunts
shit-
Point? Yo,
Hunts Point is done.
yeah,
man.
but when I was growing up, when we went to Hunts Point, it was like mad food, like warehouse, and hookers.
No,
Hookers.
Is it-
it's
that's-
done now.
No?
They
No
call it
hookers there no
They
more?
call it the
There's
piano
hookers there, but
district
it's
now.
not like that.
It's like
You know what I mean?
gentrification has hit
Yeah.
that part of the Bronx now.
Also, the internet, man.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say that you don't have to go to no Hunts Point for strippers and hookers. You can just go right on Instagram.
No,
Right.
I'm speaking about back in the day.
Hookers in the
Bronx
Point.
and Hunts Point.
Hookers on the Point.
What, I
that
mean,
movie?
Yeah, the HBO special. Remember
There
that?
used to be
Yeah.
races. There used to be races at Hunts Point and hookers at Hunts Point, and then races at Zariga.
And the sex club
You know what I'm
Goats.
saying? Yeah.
We had all that shit. They got rid of all that stuff because what they started doing, they started changing the community zoning laws. So basically, there's schools there. So what they were saying is like, yo, there's schools, you can't have strip clubs around here. Using that, they forced out a lot of the strip clubs.
No.
Now what they're doing, like people are cashing in because that's probably, that part of the Bronx is the lowest, that is the poorest congressional district in the United States, which is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like,
In New
you
York
have
City.
the poorest congressional district is in New York City. So they have high asthma rates and stuff there. So it's easy to push those people out. Now they're pushing the people out. They're creating condos and lofts and stuff. They're actually calling that that area and that area adjacent to it the piano district because there used to be an old piano factory there. And they're selling like the lofts for mad fucking money. And people moving there. There's donut shops.
Right.
There's like coffee shops.
almond milk shops.
Right.
I
But the
love
problem
almond
is
milk.
the hood is still right there.
Yeah.
Like that's the
So
problem
it's
with
not really
gentrification.
palatable
Gentrification is like,
for
yo,
people
white
like
people
that.
are here, and the hood is like, nah, nigga, bow, bow, bow. You know what I'm saying? So we like, and then you guys don't see it because like a lot of the shit that happens in the Bronx does not make the news.
Yeah.
But we watch
The Bronx local news.
Bronx local news all the time. We
Yeah.
actually were on it, and it's just like we stay with.
Where y'all
shootings.
not? What y'all not on? Y'all on
Dog, we
MTV
on
2.
everything.
Y'all just did what is it? Joking Off? Are y'all doing season 2?
We're on season 2,
3.
joking
We
off.
just recorded season 3.
Season
Y'all
3.
did 2 and 3?
Two
Oh
and
yeah, because
3.
2 was shout out
Joking
to
off,
Carrie. That's
that
why
was
I
nice.
Carrie was on
Well,
too.
speaking of that, and you know that you guys are on Uncommon Sense with Charlamagne,
Yeah.
joking off, wilding out sometimes.
out.
I mean, how did you form that relationship with MTV, and how is it? Because I'll be honest with you, you know, one of the things I think people, you know, really deal with is dealing with the industry,
Right.
and dealing with the, you know, the I guess the denials or the fake shit or
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't bring street shit to this this
That's
game.
my whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I never, and like him and my manager tell me that shit all the time. Like, yo, you can't just walk up into people's offices.
Yeah.
But my whole shit is like, why not?
We
You know what I'm
actually,
saying?
I think
Like,
the whole thing is like, if you've wanted, like, there's a certain way you move, and then there's a certain way, like, we move. And our whole shit is kind of like, yo, we're from the Bronx. Our whole shit is like, we're very authentic. We're not putting on, like, if we walked in here right now in 3-piece suits, you'd be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What's this shit? We look camel shorts, Timbs all day. So at MTV, like, at MTV2, it was very much like, it's not, we don't let niggas lie to us and shit. Like, if somebody says something, we'll come right to your office like, yo, the fuck did that email say?
what happened with this shit?
And they're cool.
You know what
Like
I mean?
they at first it was like, yo, y'all a little gruff and everything, but they get it. You know what I'm saying? They work with us.
It seems like you're more aggressive than he is.
clearly.
Oh man,
But-
Jamaican.
but-
I'm Jamaican. I would step in the door and be like, fuck, where's
But
Khalifa?
once you get crazy, it's like, oh shit, like what do we have
that's
to
what I'm
do
saying. But
to
it has
calm
to
him
get to that
down?
level.
Yeah.
Like when it gets to that level, ask him. I almost threw some dude
And
over
sometimes
over the
like you
fucking-
probably voice things to him that he probably like goes off about before you can even like get to that
Listen,
point.
I've shouted at people who are very powerful in boardrooms,
Right.
and it's just like
Like Dame Dash?
I probably even
No, not
no,
Da-
like a Dame Dash.
like when Dame Dash used to shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. Because you know what's funny? I remember I worked at Rockefeller way back in the day. So I used to watch how Jay-Z moved, how Dame Dash moved and
Right.
stuff. And it's just like, if you believe in your product and you believe in yourself and you believe in your talents and your abilities, you're not going to let some nigga undersell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, this industry, people will blow smoke up your ass and everything. I don't need this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to like, hand to hands and $20 bags in the club and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather have that than be locked in some whack ass contract and I can't work where I want to work and niggas is lying to me and niggas
And
is smiling in my
contracts
face
suck,
and shit like
man.
Contracts
Well,
suck.
contracts suck.
Contracts suck because
How do you deal? Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I got a couple of contracts for like on some food shit I was doing, and it was like every contract, the first contract is terrible.
Right.
It's almost
every
like
time.
it's almost like
Every time.
unfair. It's like you meet with them and like, yo, I'll send you a contract and
Yeah.
we'll do business. And then you look at the contract and it literally makes sure that you get fucked.
Right.
You know.
Shout out to the money team, like our lawyer, our manager, and our agent. Like they
hold it down.
on it. They
Yeah.
They
got
hold it down.
us.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy too because it's like entertainment shouldn't be this difficult to do. You know what I'm
Shouldn't
saying?
be.
Like
there's so many things
like,
getting in the way of making quality
Yeah.
shit.
At the end of the day,
And
my
people don't
like
even realize
niggas'
it.
whole motto is just like, yo, you can't chase eyeballs, you can't chase listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like if Premium Peak gets 1 million listens every time it drops, just because we squeeze you into an episode of our shit doesn't mean it's gonna work. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Or like vice versa. So like you gotta really understand who you are, what you're putting out there, and just kind of make sure that you move, you know what I mean, along with people and things that align with that.
Like we
You know
get
what I'm
hit up
saying?
all the time to do shit that is not even on the spectrum
Not even.
of like our shit. Like we get hit up to do shit that if we literally did the shit, we'd probably lose 80% of our listeners. Like that kind of hey, are you guys interested in transvaginal mesh? Like nah, like you can't do shit like that. And it's just like you have to be able, you can't chase just checks, and you have to realize what your brand is and what you're doing. And it's like, yeah, we all got bills and stuff, but like you have to maintain a sense of authenticity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's more important. Like people are always trying to do branding plays and like, yo, come do this, come. Like we got hit up to speak on a panel at the Berlin International Film Festival.
Yeah.
Really?
What the fuck?
Sam, Matt.
We're like, what? Like for what?
You don't feel like that could like broaden?
Well, first of all,
Yeah,
they're not paying for us to go out
Oh,
there.
they I
what I'm
can't
saying.
come out.
Yeah,
Can't
no,
go out
that's
there.
what it
Come
is.
on, the brand's
That's
strong. The
another
brand ain't
thing.
that strong.
That's another thing. Like we're like motherfuckers are in this like I'm not gonna say weird level, but it's like, fam, don't like you know what I'm saying. Like unless I fuck with you, I'm not coming out to do no free shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like unless I like what you do, I'm not coming out just to do some free shit. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because like niggas like you know
Yeah, people expect too much, man.
Yeah,
And that's
dog.
the thing too. When you have a family, you know, you definitely, you know. First of all, let me tell you something. Internets, never ever apologize. I tweeted this yesterday for knowing what you're worth, man.
Yeah.
Like people sometimes we apologize sometimes. Like you say like, yo, you know, I mean, I gotta eat. You know, I got kids. Like, why you gotta fucking say that?
Why do I
for?
gotta say that? Yeah.
Motherfuckers should know if they want you to come out. Okay, pay for the flight, pay for the hotel,
Put us
give me a
up,
fee.
see.
You know what I'm saying?
respect
Okay,
the shit.
I want to come home with something. I'll be honest with you. Like that's what's crazy too about like sneaker brands or apparel brands. They want to send you the wackest shit, and they want you to get the most fucking play for it.
Oh my
like, nah,
God.
send me the hot shit.
Yep.
You know,
Not to throw anyone under the bus, but
Yeah.
the first pair, like that's when we knew we was popping. We got a free pair of sneakers, and we're not gonna say from whom.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, we get free
Shumanati.
sneakers. Nah, I'm gonna say it. We were like, yo, we get sneakers. Those shits came. Those were the wackest fucking sneakers. They were worse than the Steph Curry's. If that's even possible.
I don't know what could be possible.
Argyle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Although you
All
did
I'm gonna
say that at a certain angle, the Curry
Them shits
shoes
were
do look a little
terrible.
bit enticing.
I have those sneakers still, and I never put them on, but I keep them as an example. Like, yo, don't let brands play you.
Well, you better than me.
Don't let niggas send you
put them
some
shits
shit. He
right
put
in
them
the
in a
barrel
barrel
to
to DR. Somebody walking on the beach with them right now.
Right now.
Yo,
Will you guys forever be the duo the brand that you're building together, or at some point do you plan on like separating?
What's funny is if you watch the last episode of our Complex show,
Right.
DVM, like we literally could not stand each other.
Right.
Like we were just like, yo, I was like,
It's
I
because
hope,
you're the same sign.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
also.
true,
Oh,
also.
wow.
Really?
She
How'd you know
she
that?
did the numbers.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. She got.
well, just in case you don't know, I mean, you probably obviously
Taurus.
don't.
Yeah, I know you're born like 3 days apart.
Yeah.
She's into
Which
the
is another thing
astrology.
People are just like
Yeah, like
people,
too similar.
People, yeah, like but you know, it was a growing pain because that was like my first time. Like even then, I wasn't working with him day to day. Like I was
Right.
working with him once a week for an hour,
Yeah.
and it was like there's certain qualities in his personality which are so fucking annoying to me.
Yeah.
He's always late.
Same.
He doesn't answer his email. He doesn't answer his phone on the weekend.
Chill.
It's like there's certain like I'm in a
He
relationship.
can't. He had family time.
No,
gotta
you can
let him
answer your
rock.
phone on the weekend.
You
Fuck
gotta
that.
text him.
Yo, wait, hold on. I gotta cut you off. Because and this I gotta make sure we don't forget. Internet's we're taping early because Mero has a 7 p.m. curfue. But
It's self-imposed, not from his wife.
It's
It's self-imposed.
no,
This is my thing,
And
'cause-
I do want to say
He's
this.
the real presence over presence. You
He
over
is.
here gang banging fucking hoes after 10. He gonna cut it off
Shit,
at 7.
You know what it is? Because I really
Wow.
want, because my kids go to bed at 7:30. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be there because I leave in the morning and my oldest son goes to school. The other two stay home with mom. But I'm out of the house all day. So when I come home at night, I like to have that little 20, 30 minutes with
them.
my oldest son and the 2-year-old too, where I read them a story or whatever. And my oldest son, I ask him like, "Yo, how was
Daniel
school?"
Tiger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, how was
This
school?
is how
What'd
people
you do
fall
today?
for Wake Up Now.
You know what I'm saying?
It sounds good. It sounds like he's a good dad. But what actually happens is
Yo, you know
he
what
wants
else?
to sneak in at the end of the day so he can spend 20 minutes with his kids and be like to the wife, yo, I was here though.
I did my thing.
I was there,
but then like weekends is really my kids. That's why he says like I don't pick up my phone on weekends. I literally do not.
Yeah, but
I put my phone in the drawer on Friday night, and then it's T-ball. It's we're building Legos. I'm getting mad high.
And then,
we're doing the
so then
shit.
I'm out on a yacht with French Montana and shit. And he's like, where's Mero? And I'm like calling this nigga 50
Mero
times
is
in a row.
having-
And he's like, on Monday, he's like, I saw on your Instagram you was channeling with French. I'm like, nigga, I called you.
He wasn't gonna. Well, that's the
But I
whole
wasn't
thing.
gonna come
Like
anyway,
presence
you know
over
what I'm saying?
presence. His
Yeah.
presence and his children's life is a gift, and That's more important
Like I
than
was
friends.
saying-
You out here thotting and bopping, okay?
Thotting and bopping, can't
So
we love
you
that
do
shit.
enough for both
All right,
of y'all.
when you see me in Don Coquille and I'm on next season and Keeping Up with the Kardashians, how sick you gonna be?
How was your Father's Day?
Oh, it was great. You know what I'm saying? It was chill. Most real dads who really are with their kids,
They don't care about that shit.
they don't. Not that they don't care about that shit, but it's the day of like, yo, I'm not doing like the little shit that I usually do. Like I'm not changing no diapers today.
Right.
Today's my day to
Domesticated
just chill.
Mero.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling today. So I chilled. I went out with my pops. We ate mad seafood because my pops is in town from DR. Ate mad seafood, chilled. You know what I'm saying? Smoked a little bud.
With your
just,
pops?
Just chill. No, my pops don't smoke, but like me. But
Right.
like it's just my thing now is like he's young day party. I'm like young hammock. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, give me my half an ounce of bud, my little rolling machine,
It doesn't take much to make you
a hammock.
make you happy.
You know what I'm
anymore.
saying? Like just tranquility makes me happy.
Are you guys still like trying for the little girl?
You know they
That's
are.
that's what. Yeah, that's because my wife originally.
You can't be a
she
Spanish
was
guy
like-
without a daughter.
Yeah.
Originally,
law.
my wife was like, "Yo, we want 4 kids because we're both part of a set of 3. I got a younger sister and a younger brother. She has an older sister, 2 older sisters. So we always felt like, you know, with me, I didn't feel like I was left out or anything like that because it was me. My sister was born 11 months later, so me and my sister grew up, and then my brother came.
They're like
4
Puerto
years
Rican
later.
twins.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dominican twins.
Yeah, yeah. So we grew up together, and then my brother came later. So I was vibing with my sister already. We were chilling, and then I got like a little, like basically my son to play
Right.
with as well. But she grew up. Her sisters were way older than her, so she didn't have that like sibling experience. So she
Right.
wants to make sure that all our kids are like, yo, these are my brothers, this is my sister, whatever, we're all together, and we love
Well,
each other.
sadly, if you do have the girl, though, she's kind of gonna feel left out. Like she'll be babied and she'll be daddy's little girl, and
the
Yeah, but
brothers,
she'll be
But the-
taken care of by the brothers.
yeah, exactly.
but they're not gonna.
and they're
they're not
already
gonna
on that.
Play with her.
Yeah, no, but my oldest son is already on that. He's like, yo, if we have a daughter,
Because
if you
my
have
brother
a-
is 5 years older than I am, and we didn't even like each other until we started smoking weed together.
That's what
Oh,
it is
wow.
too. Yeah.
Like
Really?
it took me being 15 and him being 20. Then it was like, okay,
Oh
now,
shit! But
yeah,
that's what
like,
it is. You got to find common
But
ground.
he
Like,
still doesn't like me. Like he doesn't
That's
smoke
crazy,
anymore.
'cause,
So,
like my sister, like we're like a year apart. That's like my best friend.
but
We
you're
go-
closer in age. My brother and I are 5 years apart.
Oh.
So like, I'm just like the annoying little sister, and I feel
Me
like
and my
he
sister-
always like felt like that.
Right. My sister to me, like she was for a little bit like my annoying little sister because she's technically my little sister.
Right.
But we're so close in age that you can actually we're the same person. Like we meet up and it's just straight roast fest.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're making fun of each other. We're like fucking with each other. And we
Pause.
take the bus.
Pause.
We take the bus.
It's Latin. You don't pause.
It's Latin.
They're Spanish.
No, I know. I understand Spanish.
You don't pause.
As I said to Mero, Spanish girls kiss their father on the mouth goodnight until they're 15.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
said that
it's
shit, and
normal.
I was like, that's
I've
completely
se-
bizarre.
I've seen. I don't know what nationality, so I don't want to listen. Internets. If you're Puerto Rican, you may be. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the Dominicans.
It's probably
Maybe it's the
Dominicans. They're
Colombians.
very lusty.
It could be, but yo, honestly, I've seen a lot of mothers or fathers, and even the mothers kiss the boys. Like
Yeah.
pull out the tongue.
A little open mouth kiss
That's
at graduation.
wild. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you
what-
never seen that?
I don't know what side of the island that's
Mero
happening on.
is Mero's trying to protect the Dominican.
Yeah,
I've
he
never
is, and
seen
he's
that
doing a
shit.
great job, and you keep doing that.
I've never seen
No.
that shit. You know what? And
You
I
never
told him
dubbed
the
with your
story. I
cousin,
told him
never
the story.
danced with your cousin at a party, like.
Well, you
They
know what
do
I'm
that
saying?
a lot,
You
There's a
did, but
video
not
of
like,
Mero
wow,
and his
extra.
little. There's a video of Mero and his sister dancing a wild, explicit bachata on YouTube from like 04.
Manchi and Alexandra?
Over and shit.
Right,
Like
yeah.
he's spreading her cheeks apart. That shit is not right.
It's
What?
wild.
I don't
No,
know
it's
if that
crazy.
exists, but search for it.
No, look, it's crazy. It's crazy because after it plays, immediately, you know how it does the related videos?
Yep.
Immediately after, it's a video of him jumping off a construction ladder onto his sister whose ass is on fire.
Really?
Ass is on fire. And he jumps off the construction ladder onto her. I was like, this shit is crazy.
I jump up. I was like,
You know what I'm
fuck Wiz
saying?
Khalifa.
Then he just pile drived into an ocean. I was like,
Yeah,
this shit
that's
is crazy.
fucking crazy. Yo, let me tell you something. Your management never ever says like, and listen. First of all, I want to say I applaud you for really just dedicating and inspiring other fathers to really just want to spend more time. But when you're in the mix, when you're trying to build the brand, BYOB, build your own brand,
Well, here's my thing, too, about
You gotta
that.
be
Like,
out.
Yeah, you got to be out. But it's like, me personally, I pick and choose my spots.
Okay.
Because it's like, yo, if you see me at something, it's like, yo, Mero was here. This shit is
Had to be
popping for
popping.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this nigga don't come out for just any old shit. Like, if I'm there, it's popping. You know
So
what I'm saying?
if it's there's money and a check involved, you're coming out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so
Pay me
yeah.
to come out. Pay me to come out, or if I'm not getting paid to come
As
out.
you should.
If I'm not getting paid to come out, wherever I'm at is a big deal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's kind of like how I've positioned it. Because other than that, if it's just some regular old bullshit like barbecue thing or whatever, I'd rather spend time with my kids, to be honest. Like, I'd rather go out there and shoot basketball and like smoke weed and play with the Batman action figures than like, you know what I mean? Or play, like, now my oldest son is into video games.
Okay.
So we're playing like the Lego shit on Xbox. Like, I'd rather do that than be at like some lame party. Like,
Not
I
me.
get it.
I like the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I like to drink.
you know?
You like the
I like
box.
to be mad, fucked up at 7 p.m.
Also,
after
a
a
lot
day
of these,
party.
also, a lot of these open bars, y'all coming with the Fugazi liquor, fam. Don't invite me to no open bar and it's fucking like
Dolphin vodka.
dolphin
Tiger
wing
beer.
Yeah, come on.
That might be the
no.
next best thing.
Well, shout out to them.
You gotta
but
give them
nah.
a chance.
I don't know.
You there though? You don't care who's sponsored by, right? As long as it's
He's there. It could be
Yeah,
Sparks,
man.
nigga. He's there.
Shit.
No, like if there's a party, and even if it's not in New York, there's an 80% chance of me popping up. If that shit's in D.C., Memphis, you see me in there, and every time people see me, they're like, "Yo, where's Mero?" And I'm like, "Dog, it's 4 p.m.
Yeah.
We're drinking Hennessy. There's no children around here. You know Mero's at home. Don't ask me these questions."
Mero's in his
I get
yard.
asked
Stop
at
fucking asking
like
internet.
3 a.m. in a club. A girl was like, "Yo, where's Mero?" I was like, "Ma."
Well, you know, you're gonna have to deal with that forever. You know,
I know.
even like keep in mind, I was on the Combat Jack show 5, almost 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see him, I'm like, yo, where's Combat Jack? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm
It's
fucking
actually
busy.
become like a funny thing for people to be like, yo, because before it used to be like, where's the art? Because the podcast, they
Okay.
call it the art, it would come out every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So for like a week, we would just have people in our Instagram comments just beefing. Like, yo, like I could put up a picture of like a sunset. They'd be like, beautiful sunset, but when's the next episode? So now the funny joke is if they see me in person, they don't say where's the art. They're like, where's Mero? Because that's like that's the
the
funny. They
equivalent.
don't know what else to say. So they're like, oh, where's
But
Mero?
the people. That's why people look at their phone now, like when they get nervous or in the club or they, it's
Yeah.
like almost like they don't know what to say, so they
Right.
come up with anything.
That's
And
what
I
it is.
think
I
it's-
go to too many parties and I see too many motherfuckers just looking at their phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, because my whole thing is like, I'm from like the Dykeman house party era, where it's like, yo, you go to somebody's crib, they've moved all the furniture behind those double doors,
Yep.
and this entire floor is open, and there's a dude who is a questionable DJ, but he's playing all the shit that makes girls busting wide
DJ,
open.
wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's motherfuckers fucking in the bathroom, there's weed in the air.
So,
That's like
somebody
my vibe.
shoot up the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yo,
my shit.
The best and worst thing about the Bronx. I need that from the both of you.
The best and worst thing in the Bronx. The Bronx has the the study just came out. Basically, every Friday I tweet out avoid the bookings, beloved, because basically if you're arrested for a low level crime that's not a felony, you are going to. It's going to take 3 days for you to see a judge.
Yeah.
In the Bronx for little bullshit like a weed possession and shit.
Yeah.
If you get picked up for that. Also, but the good thing is you can beat a murder case in the Bronx as long as they don't have the gun. So,
Really?
Yeah.
There you go, Internet.
Shout out to
lot
my
of-
man
a lot of-
Frankie
yeah.
on 241st.
Yeah.
What about you,
A
Mero?
lot of cases get thrown out in the Bronx. That's
Best
the good
thing
part.
about the Bronx, worst thing about the Bronx.
The best thing about the Bronx is that it's still New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. It's not like it's Staten Island.
You know what I'm saying?
Staten Island feels like it's always left out. You know, they
So
do.
it's Staten Island. But the Bronx is like still, it's still, there's places on Tremont that I could like put a picture of, you know what I'm saying, 1996 and put it over a picture of now and it's the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like the Bronx is resistant to gentrification because this shit is not palatable
Yeah.
to like niggas from Minnesota. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, why, this shit isn't really accessible to Manhattan. It's not really accessible to Brooklyn.
Yeah, if you live
And
in the
the
Bronx,
parts
you
that
gotta
are,
really want it.
yeah, and the parts that are fucking wild. Like, you're not going to just come from fucking Arizona and move to 137th Street and St.
Hell
Mary's.
no.
No way.
Hell no,
You
you're
know
gonna
what I'm
get
saying?
shot in the butt on the first night.
People
First
who move to the Bronx or live in the Bronx, they dying in the Bronx.
Yeah. But people
They don't die, but it's just like people.
They multiply.
What happens is like a lot of people, like a lot of white people move to the Bronx. They're like, oh, I lived in like Pelham Gardens. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. I lived in Riverdale, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, that's not the Bronx.
It's-
That's
it's-
part of the Bronx.
it's
but that's-
adjacent.
That's not the Bronx. Also, the other thing is no one is safer in the hood than a white person because you're not going to get bothered. If you're a white girl and you move to the Bronx from Iowa,
Yeah.
you're just gonna be called that white bitch. And
They gonna try to holler at her.
They're gonna try to holler, but they're not gonna rob
Yo, let
her.
me tell you
They're not
something.
gonna jump her at night. They're gonna look out for her.
Florida-
They'll be like, yo, here comes Becky or whatever. They're gonna
With
use
the good
some
hair.
Yeah.
wild condescending name.
Yo, there's white-
and Poppy's
yeah,
gonna
there's
try to
white
holler
Becky.
at you, but they're gonna look out for you. So everyone that moves to the Bronx, they have that kind of story. Like, yo, the hoodlums are good for
yeah,
me.
it was so nice to me.
But like when I come to see her, like
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
gonna
be like, yo,
come. Yeah,
They
we
come
ain't gonna
get
make
you.
it upstairs.
yeah.
I mean, like,
I'll
that's
be
the
like on the
thing.
corner, like, yo, could you walk me upstairs, please? Like
Please.
Julio and them outside, they acting up.
They got
It's
me
90
nervous.
degrees. Why these niggas got on Walmart jackets?
Now I'm sure you've been access, but best Bronx rapper, worst Bronx rapper.
Best Bronx. Oh wow, French.
Real French.
He's the best and the worst.
Well, here's the thing. French is the best Bronx rapper because French used to be mad lyrical back in the day when he went by Young French.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he
He's a
got
battle
shot in the
rapper.
head.
Yep.
And that slowed down his flow. But his slow flow is actually, like, when you in the club, a French Montana song, that shit is
Yo,
the
let me tell you
best
something.
shit ever.
And I'll go on the record and say this 100 times out of 100 times. Nobody sounds better on a Harry Fraud beat than French Montana.
No one.
Nobody.
They both made magic, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
They both made magic. Shout out to Harry
It's
Ford.
like Primo and
Shout out to
Guru
Harry
type
Ford.
level shit.
Yeah,
You know who also?
So you're gonna give French before you give like KRS-One or like somebody
that's
who
the
like
thing.
is
That's the
actually
beautiful,
like
funny?
That's the beautiful thing about the Bronx is that you got dudes like KRS-One who are legendary
Yeah.
Museum of History dudes, and then you got new dudes like French who are still repping, shouting out East Tremont in every song,
Right.
shouting out the Bronx in every song, making very Bronx-specific references on songs that are being played across the United States. So that's, to me, that's very, like, being a Bronx dude, that's a very, like, yo, I'm proud of that. You
I'm
know
proud
what
of that
saying?
because my man's used to hustle with French. So to see his come up.
I feel like you guys are biased because you hang out with him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but-
we actually
but-
never,
okay, so-
we've actually never hung out with French Montana.
Yeah, no.
But
Okay.
who's
Well,
in my
he's a
mind you
French
did. In my
Montana.
mind you did.
Okay.
So aside from French, let's like put him to the side because he's like
He's that?
he's French.
Okay.
Someone else.
Two groups, two people right now we
Yeah.
fuck with heavy. BIC, bitches is crazy. That's
I
our
remember
dude.
I interviewed him
That's
like
our
3 years
dude.
ago.
Oh my god,
Shout out to them.
I love them dudes.
Crazy
Those are our
motherfuckers.
family.
Yeah, they're wild.
Okay.
That's our family.
That's
Listen,
the little
I catch
homies,
a case
man.
for them. That's the homies right there.
Yeah.
And Hattie Racks. Hattie Racks.
But who's
is
the
Hattie
worst?
Shout out to Dub. Hi Dub.
Shout out
Yo,
to
shout
Dub.
out
I
to
love
Dub.
Dub.
I love
Dub.
Dub.
I
You
know Dub
know.
from OK Player.
I
I've known
love
her forever.
Dub.
Shout out to
Definitely fuck with Hattie Racks. Definitely fuck with my son, Els Million. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people
Oh
out
shit!
there.
Shout out to Els.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Shout
the
out to Els.
homie right there. That's
Yo,
the
but
shooter.
yeah, man, these dudes can fucking
The
rap.
Bronx got heat, but I feel like a lot of Bronx rappers rap for dudes in the Bronx, so it might not be accessible because like they use a lot of very specific locations,
Yeah.
and things that are very Bronx specific. But we love that shit, man.
Hey, you know what? I found some facts for you. I don't know if
Well,
you know.
who's the worst?
Who's the worst? What?
Worst
Bronx rapper. He asked for the best and the worst. Y'all gotta throw somebody under the bus now.
We got to throw someone.
Pull out that Metro car. Who's going under the bus?
Damn, I don't know.
Damn, I don't even listen.
You
to
know somebody whack.
who from the Bronx is whack.
That you like no.
Is Lil Dicky from the Bronx?
No.
He's from Riverdale, right?
Who knows
Who
where he's
from
from?
the Bronx is whack?
I don't know, dog.
I don't know. Like,
I really, you know what? And that's really that might
Anybody
be
who
a
don't
homer
eat
bias.
chopped cheese sandwiches. That's
You know what I'm saying? Yo,
That's
Puff,
who's
who be
fucking
in front of the
whack.
bodega and be rapping, trying to get changed. That nigga's whack.
Yo,
Like, balls up.
listen. I got some. Let's see if you even know what the fuck this is, but who knows? The Bronx is the only borough connected to the U.S. mainland, along with a tiny piece of Manhattan. You know that?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Spite and Dival.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Spite
Okay.
and Dival is a.
Did you
small part of
know?
Manhattan,
Did you know
Which
the
is Dutch for spitting devil.
Okay. Oh,
Look
shit.
at you.
Oh shit.
Did you know the Capitol Dome and the Lincoln Monument were made in the Bronx?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Mero? You
Who's
smart,
getting
you smart
dope in the
motherfucker.
Bronx?
I learned that at the Bronx Zoo.
Abe Lincoln.
Believe it or not.
Did you know the Bronx Zoo first opened in 1899?
Yes.
I do because that's all we have in the Bronx. We have Yankee
Yes.
Stadium in the Bronx Zoo. We have literally
Yo,
nothing else.
Can I tell you
Literally
that?
nothing else.
Can I tell you that I had the wild Harambe moment at the Bronx Zoo when I was 12 years old? No, this is true, This is all the way true story. Shout out to my nigga Ron the Zookeeper. Yo, we went to. I'm 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a summer program called WISE, W-I-Z-E. It's a program where they take kids from the hood.
Yes, I do. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? They take kids from the hood into the zoo before it opens, and they show you around. Yo, this is how we do this. This is how we do that. One day I come in, and we go, like, our shit is, you know what the Africa exhibit is? And they got those, like, little huts. One of those huts opened a secret door into a classroom, which was adjacent to a baboon exhibit. First thing we come in, they're like, yo, all the little kids run to look at the baboons. The zookeeper's like, I don't want you guys, listen to me, this is very important. Rule number 1 of the lab. Do not look the baboons directly in the eye. They will become aggressive and they will strike the barrier, which may break and injure you. Immediately, all those little hood
Every
kids
kid.
grilling the baboons. Grilling fucking
Fuck you,
baboons.
baboon.
Yo,
You fucking baboon.
Fuck you, baboon. You bitch ass, pussy ass
Bitch nigga, I'll
baboon.
fuck you up. You come across this
Fuck
barricade.
you.
you
know
in a
what I'm saying?
Louisville, motherfucker.
Oh, I dare you.
Fuck a baboon.
Fuck baboons.
So suck your mother, baboon.
The whole shit is glass. Yo, baboons running up. Boom, 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 boom,
Attacking
pounding on
apes,
glass.
Beating the shit out of the glass.
Needless to say, we had to switch classes. We leave the room, and now this is still before the zoo opens, mind you. This is early in the morning. So now we're facing the lion exhibit. And this dude gets a call on his walkie-talkie. And then he gets real nervous out of nowhere. This is like yo, when you imagine a zookeeper, like this, he was a black dude, but he had the ponytail, shark tooth necklace, rolled up denim sleeves, cargo shorts, the whole nine. We got an emergency, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I seen a dude, he runs into the room, comes out. Apparently, a stray dog had gotten into the lion exhibit.
Oh shoot.
So in my head, I'm like, oh shit, this is about to be lit. They're about to hit the nigga with a tranquilizer dart. It's gonna be like nature show. Tranquilizer dart. My son came out with the pump.
Holy shit.
Went in the fucking thing, was like, Blow! Straight dog food, hamburger meat everywhere. Mad 11-year-old Puerto Rican girls in tears, my nigga, in tears. Oh my God!
I've heard this story
they
like
killed
50
it.
times.
They killed
This shit
the
is always
dog.
funny to me.
Yo. Girls in tears. I'm like, yo, this girl's like got PTSD behind this shit. Me being a little hood dirtbag, I was like, yo, that shit was ill. Yo, shoot a lion, nigga, shoot a lion.
Shoot
the giraffe.
So
Shoot the giraffe.
You didn't sue?
Nah.
Traumatized, man.
I didn't even think. I told my aunt that shit. She was like, what?
It's
Because
the
at
Bronx.
the time I was staying with my aunt.
Don't got money to sue for trauma.
Not at all. My aunt lives right there in West Farms.
Jacoby and Myers.
Yeah. I didn't even know about
Barnes, injury attorney.
that. Yeah. I went and I told my aunt Chicha, R.I.P., you know what I'm saying, who lived right there in Vice. I used to walk from the zoo to her crib. Because, you know what I'm saying, she was babysitting me at the time, whatever. So, like, I would leave that program and go to her crib until my mom's got out of school because my mom's going to Lehman College at the time.
Try to get her life better.
Shout out to my mom's,
Look at her.
who did degrees in DR, came here, and they
start
was
over?
like, this shit don't count. So she had to start from
Oh,
jump.
shoot, it didn't count?
Yeah, so then she had to start from jump all over. Meanwhile, knowing everything, trying to get a degree in accounting, knowing everything that everybody
They violated
that they
her.
don't even know.
But you gotta
know what I'm
listen.
saying?
Because no math is universal. It doesn't matter where you go.
Exactly,
Like, that
exactly.
doesn't change anything.
Gotta hear
It's not
both
like,
sides.
It's not language arts.
Yeah.
You gotta hear both sides because I love Dominicans, but y'all get a little too loose with the birth certificates and shit, all right?
Yep.
So
They make their
when
own.
you come through with a degree, we
I
gotta
got
hold
mine.
it up to the light, look for the watermark.
I got 3.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
back in the day, I used to know a Dominican that used to get the GEDs and whatever score you want. What score you want
Yeah.
on your GED?
Yeah.
You know?
Listen.
Oh, she used to be way easy to finesse back in the
In
day.
the system. That was
like
what was
2
crazy.
months.
They used to get it in the system. Like, for instance, it wasn't just like you get a
Just a
GED
print-in.
diploma. You really get it
Had
in
the
the
computer
system.
file and shit.
There was
Yo,
no,
for
there
like
was no
two-
oversight for that shit back
For
in
like
the day.
2 months, my man Mero was going with Esquire at the end of his name.
Really?
So he had a
You know what I'm
JD, you know?
saying?
what I'm
Oh,
saying?
fuck?
rocking.
Fine.
You turn into a lawyer? Elbow suede patches
You know
on
what I'm
your jacket?
White
He's
shoe
like,
firm.
listen, these charges are pretty serious, but we could beat this.
I think we're good,
I think we
fam.
beat this.
Let me give you a couple more, and then we're going to
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
So, actually, the Bronx Zoo has 5,000 animals and 700 species.
A lot of those are pit bulls, though.
I was gonna
like
say.
a lot.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
are?
be in there and I'm like, yo, that's not a seal, my nigga.
That's not a seal.
That shit just drunk at me.
That shit just
That
is a swimming
fucking
pit bull.
giraffe is just a nearsighted Puerto Rican.
You know what
girl.
they do?
Like y'all not low.
They take the fucking shit from Petco with the antlers and shit, and they put them on pit
Put it
bulls.
on.
Really?
Like, this are the antelopes.
Well, listen, the Bronx covers 41 square miles, and as of 1990, this is the last time I guess they did the count.
That's last time I said someone there.
had a population of 1,203,000 people.
I think it's like 3 million now, probably.
Fuck, man, especially
Yeah.
with the Dominicans, you know.
You already know how we do.
Well, listen, did you know that Co-op City is the largest housing complex in the country?
Yes.
With 15,000 apartments.
Let me blow your mind. Co-op City is sinking.
Really?
Yep.
Co-op City is built on a swamp
marshland. Yeah.
that used to be an amusement park called Freedom Land, and
Yep.
it's actually sinking into Pelham Bay at some like a very tiny rate. But they told us this back in the like early 2000s. So that shit is going to be done soon.
All
So
that shit is
shout
out.
out to
All that
Section
shit-
5, y'all out of here.
Yeah. Shut the
Holy
fuck up.
shit.
Yo, which,
Yeah.
by the way, this is another very important Co-op City story. I feel like you might have heard this. I saw Slick Rick at Co-op City.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I saw Slick Rick at Co-op City under weird circumstances.
Slick Rick lives 3 blocks away from me. That's not that.
When you say
influential
weird
story.
circumstances, what do you mean?
Well, what happened was my wife was going to Dollar Tree, which was at Bartow Mall. which
Yeah, I
is
fuck with
the
Dollar Tree.
You know what I'm saying? To get party supplies. I don't got my phone on me because when I'm out with my family, like he said, you know what I'm saying, I leave my phone at home
Sure.
because I like to enjoy the time with my
Stuff it
family.
away.
Irresponsible.
You know what I'm saying? So my wife goes in the store. I don't have a phone. My son is in the back seat, and he's like, "Daddy, I gotta pee." I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to get out and go to a store with you." And then my wife comes back and is like, "What's going on? What
Sure.
happened?" And gets all nervous. So I'm like, "We're just gonna pee in the parking lot." So I get out and I take an empty Poland Spring bottle, and I'm like, "Yo, just pull your pants down and pee in the bottle." So he's like, "Okay." So I pull his pants down, and he put his little dick in the bottle, and he's peeing in the bottle, and I
Tell me you
look up-
circumcised him. You didn't make the Jewish.
No, he's not. He's uncircumcised.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a hood?
Straight raw dog.
He got the
my-
turtleneck?
Yo, can I tell you something that that one of the OBGYNs really stepped to me and was like, "Yo, no offense, but your kids are gonna be Jewish." I was like, "How is that? Why would I find that offensive?" Number one, number two, like, why are we talking about this now? Like, this kid, this was like 3 months into the shit. I'm like, she was like 3 months pregnant. Why are we talking about circumcision? But anyway, so my son got his anteater in the Poland
Yep.
Spring bottle,
Yep.
and I look
Jared
up.
is somewhere right now. Like this story's so hot.
So hot. I look up and it's Slick Rick, and I'm like, "Oh shit, Slick Rick, what's good, my nigga?" You know what I'm saying?
Put
And then
your
he
dick away, kid.
Yeah, no, but then I'm like, got my hand on the bottle and everything. He looks at me, looks down, and it's just like,
Hey, young world.
"What the fuck?" And just keeps walking. Your man did a full 15-second pause, looked at the whole situation, was like, "Yo,
He had chains on and everything?
eye patch, dirty wife beater,
Oh my
olas, chancletas with the chain.
That's
though.
what's funny. Most people don't realize that's Slick Rick's normal shit. Slick Rick is 3 blocks away from me. He owns mad properties. Like, he owns buildings. He has tenants and shit.
Yeah.
He always has, whatever the year is, he has the brand new Range Rover. I don't know if that's snitching. He got good security. Plus, he shot someone before, so don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
But,
Chill.
Joe, anywhere you go, he'll go to the dry cleaner, got the eye patch, got the chains and shit, just flossing on niggas unnecessarily.
Yep.
And his wife is wild hot, and he's been with her for like 20
Really?
years or some shit.
I have a question. I just thought about something. You don't even bring your phone out. Like, I was just like, maybe he just has it on silent mode when he goes outside. Like, what if it was an emergency and you needed to call your wife?
This is my thing. Like he was saying, his brain is like constantly going.
Right.
His wife has a phone. And if you have to contact
No, I know
Mero,
she has a phone, but what is
we
he
got
gonna do? Just
Yeah.
let's say
People
he's
know
in
the
the car
bathroom.
with his son.
So this is my thing. My brain also is. I smoke so much weed because my brain is literally going 100 miles an hour all the time. So I wake up in the morning, I smoke weed to quiet my brain. I smoke weed at lunch to quiet my brain. I smoke weed at night so I can actually fall asleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I have my phone with me, it's gonna be a tweet. Yo, look at this shit. I'm taking a picture of this.
Got
I
you.
can't help it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because my brain is going and it needs to go into something.
Right.
And that something is like either our show or Twitter or whatever. So like if I don't have that conduit, this shit just stays up there and I'm just in the moment. You know what I'm saying? With my kids or whatever.
Not
I'm
for
doing.
nothing, people don't think about it. That's like one of that. You have to add that now as a list of one of the bad things about going to jail. You can't tweet.
True.
Unless you're your homie.
Unless you're the homie, but like
Your
when
friend who's, like,
I was in a
on
holding
social
cell and there
media.
was mad shit I wanted to tweet about. I was like, yo, this shit is wild.
Well,
this, and I
pretty
was like,
soon-
and you just keep reaching for your phone,
Yep.
but you don't got your phone.
Pretty soon you'll be able to tweet in jail, and
Oh,
you'll be
yeah.
able to, I mean, there's a lot of things that could be able to happen.
Yeah.
Here's one of the last facts.
Also, if you boof your phone, you can bring it in jail.
shit.
Or if you're really nice to the CEOs, they'll let you bring it in.
Or if you boof it, just cover it with mad Vaseline.
Now,
and keep your cheeks put.
now, do you
leave
boof
the
or cheek?
room.
Do you boof or cheek?
No, you got to boof a phone.
Listen, I boofed the tobacco when I was in it. My God bless America. Oh my God.
Damn.
Anyway, listen. Did you know the Bronx was
It's a jail
founded?
wallet.
Do you know who the Bronx was founded by?
Jonas
Bronx.
Bronx.
Who the fuck is Jonas Bronx?
B-
His
BR
family
let me tell you
owned
something.
the land that
And-
became the Bronx.
It's spelled differently,
It's spelled
apparently.
different.
Right.
BRONCKS.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't
They
they spell it
gentrified.
like that then?
They gentrified.
They took
we
because it's
we
X.
reverse gentrified it.
Yeah.
Because the
Made a
Bronx used to
hood.
be nothing but like Jewish people and white people and stuff, and like
Yeah.
we can't do.
Oh, and what about
Also-
the whack rapper? Sorry. Can it be, what's his name? Peter Guns?
No,
No, Peter Guns is
Peter
No.
Guns is a Bronx
Never.
legend.
He's
He
a
has-
legendary
He has
Bronx
two
dude.
very confused women.
Corey's
in love with him.
popping.
Shout out to Corey.
Another reference: Corey Guns and Hellrell got arrested the weekend after me, and I was so tight because I was like, "That was."
Yo, you got everybody arrested.
I didn't get
You
them arrested. They got
snitch.
that on. They got that on their own. So I was like, "Yo, if I had been locked up for 3 days with Hellrell and Corey Guns,
You would have been too late.
that should have been so
That would've been lit. That would've been
would've
lit.
I would have been like,
You
"Yo,
would've took the picture, like-
you got freestyle again, my nigga."
You know-
or Big Pun's son. He's a good one, too.
True.
He's a
Shout
good
out
one,
to
Or Big
Chris,
Pun.
Chris Rivers.
Chris Rivers. Shout out
Yeah.
to Chris Rivers.
Lyrical Miracle.
Wait, we gotta find like a whack rapper in the Bronx.
Yeah, let's
It's
think
hard.
about that, and you guys will tweet it, and then at the
Yeah.
Premium Peach
You know what
Show.
it is?
You know, what?
The
next time
Bronx
we
is-
come out here, we'll bring it up.
Yeah.
The Bronx is full of strife. You know what I'm saying?
And asthma.
And asthma.
And
so for you to
disappointment
get
and broken
into a
dreams.
studio and make it happen, you got to be nice.
They got to be official.
You gotta be
You know what I'm
official.
I'll tell you before we end this. You know what? Let's go quickly because this episode has been an organized chaos.
This has definitely been
but
organized
we
chaos.
usually do
Love it.
21 questions, but we're gonna skip that this week. We're
Are
definitely
we
gonna,
skipping that?
Yeah, we're gonna do the I don't trust people for sure, and then we'll close out.
Okay.
So internet, just to let Desus and Mero know, we have a segment called I don't trust people.
Okay.
I've been tweeting it for a long time, and then we made a segment when I started the show. It's basically like what you don't trust or who you don't trust, and people submit it. Internet, you know how to put the submission in. I don't trust PPL on Twitter. Add us. Let us know who you don't trust or what you don't trust. What do we got this week?
Okay, so our first submission comes from Fidel Fresco, and he tweets, I don't trust people that take pictures at funerals.
Holy shit.
No, whoa.
Maybe,
Whoa.
but yeah, like what's wrong with that?
No.
That's
it's-
cultural
it's
because
two different
like
things though.
I'm Jamaican, so every photo album you open in my mother's house, the first photo is someone in a coffin, like
Really?
someone straight over the casket. Like that's a big thing. You can't go to a funeral and not take a picture of the dead body in the casket and have that shit as the
Oh
the
no!
first photo
See,
off the rip.
I don't trust. I don't want you doing that. I don't trust you.
Be like, yo,
That's a little
you
morbid.
miss me, auntie.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
lean on
pictures of
shit
me
like
and
that.
like an aunt that you haven't seen in a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
or-
Like
yeah,
me-
that's okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Nah, you gotta take the selfie.
You're
with your
morbid.
dead grandma.
You know what it
like,
is, though?
yo,
Oh, go
she
ahead.
looks so pretty.
That's wild. When
You got a
but you know
Snapchat
what
from
it's
the
like when you
funeral.
go to a funeral and you see people you haven't seen in a long time. you
Yeah,
take a picture
I'm
of
with
them
that.
outside or whatever.
Also, you want to
The
use
whole
the hashtag
selfie with the
funeral
dead body
flow.
shit is wild.
So,
There's a one that the guy, I guess his last, like, he must have been like a biker, and they like, he was on his bike.
right.
Like the dead
Yeah,
body.
yeah, Puerto Rican dude. Yeah.
When Mero dies, no matter how much money I have, when Mero dies, I'm gonna get his body stuffed, and I'm gonna have him in a room rolling a blunt forever.
You know what I'm saying? Eternal.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Our next one is from Flatline 5. I don't trust people who let their kids play on other people's lawn and don't say nothing to them since they moved there. That was personal.
That was a sub. That was
Yeah,
not,
he
I
was
don't
just
trust
angry.
people. That was like, I don't like that bitch next door.
Yeah, with her
Yeah.
3
Okay.
kids on my
I
goddamn
don't like
lawn.
Felicia Reynolds at 43121 Fisher Place.
You hear me, Evelyn?
Right.
Yeah, what he needs to do is go next door and tell the motherfuckers, get the fuck
That
off my
shit.
lawn.
That motherfucker tweeted it like, yo, I hope you
Yeah,
see
you
my
mad
timeline.
pussy, B. You gotta
mad
just
pussy.
like
You gotta
stop
do.
it.
You gotta
Also,
put a
we're from the
tripwire.
Bronx. There's no, like, we have lawns, but our lawn
Very
is
little,
like,
right?
Our lawn is like a 3 foot by
The
1
lawn
inch
is inside
thing.
your Dutch
It's
and
mad small.
lit up.
You
That's
got
the only
like
grass
when,
y'all got.
You got like when the girls do like the little,
little
landing
trim,
on
the
their
little
pussy.
landing strip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
like
okay.
that?
I like a
Landing
hairy
strip?
choach. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
this guy, he told me he don't want me to shave it. And I was like, that's hot.
Because that shit, when you
So you know it's a grown woman.
yeah, when you pull it down and that shit is wild, you like, fuck, yo, that shit is like fucking double dare for adults.
Like I
and
used to
shit.
not
You about to
shave
do
my
some
vagina
wild
so
shit.
I wouldn't have to have sex. Like I wouldn't like not
don't-
have to
you know
like
what it is?
so
You know
I
what
wouldn't
else?
think to having
Also,
sex.
the
But
hair-
now guys like
The
that.
hair
Trim,
traps
don't
a little,
shave.
The hair traps a little musk, so when you come in, you be like, get that good whiff. You know what I'm saying? Get that womanly smell in your mouth. You're like, yo, I'm about to tear this
I'm
shit
a
I
up.
like a
I'm
little
sure
dark
gentleman
Caesar, so I
appreciates
do
that.
cut it and let it
There you
like
go.
grow.
We got
And
you.
also, I like when she, you know, like, what if you do like a mullet, where she like, you know, cut
Party
your-
in the front and
cut a design of me dabbing. You know, just
or what
some
about you
love.
like dye? Some girls dye
Some
their
dye
hair.
the shit. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
I don't like no dye. Then that bleaches on their skin. They got 2 to 3 different
Yeah.
colors,
There's
man.
parabens in this.
You know what's really
carcinogens.
popular now? Bleaching your asshole.
Yeah, I
So-
was just about to say that because your favorite what's her name? Stephanie Santiago does that. She
Stephanie,
talks
shout out
about
to Stephanie
that a
Santiago.
lot
Yeah,
on
shout
lip
out.
service.
Cheer.
Listen,
Okay,
I've never been like, yo, your butthole's not pink enough. Get out my
I
bed.
never
Like,
looked
that's
at my
never-
asshole to know whether I need to like bleach it or not.
You
But I think
don't.
it's
You
okay.
You don't.
Yeah.
I'll look at it for you, I'll tell you.
No,
you
it's
go.
okay.
Okay.
So, our next submission comes from CHEA for real. Shout out to her. We've actually read hers before. So it's Premium Pete Show. I don't trust people that try to add your friends on social media after you posted a pic of them on yours. Creeps. You don't even know him or her.
So
I hate when fucking people do that too. But I'll be honest with you because like you know you'll try to put something out there of like a well first of all maybe it's our fault because what we do is we're snitching on our own connects.
Yeah.
Like we may like shout out to Adidas and then we'll start adding 3 people. Next thing you know, people don't even look at your picture anymore. They
Just
start
adding
following
people.
the
Who's this
people,
guy? Yeah.
hitting them up. You know what I mean?
People
went
do
to-
that a lot with your connects too. Like if you have a videographer and you tag them, next you know people was like in the DMs or they try and like segue
You
them
wanna
to
know how-
working with them.
How dirty the game is? I went to a Knick game, and the shorty I went to was like beef, and she was like, "Why you never throw me on your Instagram?" And I was like, "You really want that?" She was like, "Yeah, acknowledge me, whatever." I threw her on her Instagram. She got 20 follow requests within the next 30 seconds.
Thirsty. People are
Thirsty off the rip.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and I actually put it on I put it on Twitter. I'm like, "Yo, y'all not low." And guys was like, "Yeah, that's me right there. But what do you want?"
That's mad
Yeah.
funny.
That's what happens.
Listen, it's a dirty game, man. And also,
So
these
if
hoes is for
ladies, if you
everybody.
want to be Instagram famous or if you want to get your DMs popping, you
Desus.
gotta get in Desus
Young Day Party.
pieces.
Shout out to Jessie Wu. She went with me to Henny Palooza. I put her up on my Instagram, and she gained something like almost 100 or something followers off the rip.
We're gonna test that out. You're gonna
gonna
post
test that.
something
I'm
of
posting
our
that.
favorite girl, Rena, and we're gonna see if we get a boost.
All right.
Okay, so our last one, and I'm feeling like Pete sent this to me on purpose because they coming from my head. So this one is AWC Kyrie. I don't trust people who have more than 3 hairstyles a month. What's wrong with that?
Oh, that's
Wow.
you.
What's wrong with that?
That sounds anti-black.
Yeah, what's
that
wrong
sounds
with
like
that?
you are not approaching.
Thank
You're not
you.
appreciating the black woman
Thank
and her
you.
ability to change
Listen,
her child
I got the
like a
same
chameleon,
haircut.
Okay,
Say the
let me
truth.
20 years.
Let me say her name.
Get
Let
the
me
hand
talk the
going.
truth right here. The thing about black women, what is incredible about them and what is so
Thank
great
you.
is their ability to change and transform. They
Thank
can be
you,
whatever they want because they
chocolate
take
dip.
lemons and they make lemonade.
Hello.
So you respect them, all right? When they wake up early and they go to the Dominicans, they get that wash and set. Or if they
Yes.
want to go on their natural journey and have the bantu knots and the twist out, you applaud her.
Hello, Nam Yo
All right, she's
Horenge
got naturality.
Yo. Thank
She's doing
you.
the twist out. You do your thing,
Thank
sister. I see you. I see
Thank
your blackness.
you.
I reflect it. I love it.
Thank you. See, you just said everything I needed to say. I got a little list hive. Thank you.
Well,
Done.
that's on Loudspeakers.
Done
At work,
and
the Natural
done.
Hair Show.
Listen, I tell you,
Starring Jesus.
Desus and Miss Lissa are gonna fucking start a hair show podcast.
Thank you.
We're starting a Lipstick Alley podcast.
Thank you.
Natural products, everything.
We're gonna test out new MAC makeups and shit.
The Bonnet Hour.
Well, listen, that was I don't trust people.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Doobie Radio Show.
I'm fucking with it. Don't worry.
We'll be here.
We're working on
We'll
it.
be out here. We're gonna be at Essence Fest. They're coming in right after Charlie Wilson. Baby, baby, baby.
I love Uncle Charlie.
Who doesn't like Uncle Charlie?
I love
When he does
him.
his testimony, he was like, I was alcoholic. I had cancer. I turned myself to God.
Yo, Pete's like, yo, this shit just got so black.
This shit got mad black.
This shit got
We about
so
to-
black.
We're about to do Cupid Shuffle right now.
One thing I love about
Two
Charlie
hops
Wilson
this
is
time.
whenever he performs, he's always holding the earpiece in his ear. I think he's going fucking deaf. You look at any video he ever did. But honestly, Yearning for Your Love may be the best song ever made in this world.
I remember last time I was SFS, he was selling walking sticks and hats, and I was like,
Really?
Shut up.
With
Do your
glitter.
Wow.
Shout out to Charlie Wilson. Shout out to Charlie Wilson.
wait till you see me with an Ankh walking stick and I'm mad hotel,
Wow.
and I have that fucking piercing between my nose, and all I'm talking is like,
You should get one of those.
I'm gonna talk about like fucking
And your
how,
nipples.
how
Fuck it.
9/11
Nigga
was
come through looking like
an inside
X-Clan.
job. Talking about how black women didn't have
Yo,
menopause.
who was
Black
the
women
niggas
didn't have
with the fucking
menstruation
nose
until we
rings?
got to America.
Was that X-Clan?
I don't
Dudes
know.
with the wild nose rings and
Yeah,
the wild
the
chunky
septum
jewelry?
fucker.
Brother X,
Brother X?
That was when he goes to a fish concert. Who knows what the fuck
protected
Desus
by
is
the
doing.
red, the black, and the green with a key. Sissies, you remember that?
Yeah.
I don't.
But listen, internet, that's how you get involved with I Don't Trust People. Hashtag I Don't Trust PPL. Let us know who
Wait,
you
do
don't
you guys
trust
have anything
or
you
what
don't trust?
If Young Metro don't trust you, that's one. I also don't trust women who have more gum than teeth.
Okay. You
That-
don't like baby teeth.
I don't like the baby teeth.
Okay.
And you?
Also, I don't trust light-skinned women who have green, they have green eyes and have like kind of the furry upper lip because they're demons.
Oh, shit.
What?
Demons.
Think about it. They kind of look like the Goblin if you look on Instagram. Look at it. I'm not crazy. You guys
You a
know what I'm
little
talking-
crazy.
Look at your man right here knows what I'm talking about.
Big Chris in the building.
Okay.
I don't trust you if you go to the supermarket and you open food and eat it.
And then don't pay for it?
I
Then
do
don't pay
that.
and then don't pay for it.
Well, if I finish it before I get to the register, that was a sample.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
that's not
I
how it
agree.
works.
Stop.
That's
Not,
not how
not
it
a whole
works.
box of
Just make
Oreos.
you-
No,
not a
it's
whole box of
always
Oreos.
okay, so I was in the. Okay, so you should not go to the grocery store if you're hungry.
Never.
Me,
So
that's a mistake I
that's
make
a
every time.
problem. So I grabbed a little like mini bag of pistachios. It was a little small one.
Yeah, but that's
and I
easy.
was gonna
Hide
pay
it.
for it, but then when I got to, but before I even got to the register, my greedy ass finished it. So I just tossed the wrapper. I'm not gonna hold this, but
Listen, I'm gonna
if
ask you
I
a question.
get to the register area and it's still open, still in my possession, I'm paying for it.
Right.
Am I doing the wrong thing if my kid throws something in the bottom part of the stroller and I'm like, yo, get that out of there, and he kind of
Doesn't,
goes to
and you just
and
walk out
doesn't,
without
and
paying
I'm
for
just
it?
I've
like,
been there,
whatever,
done that, charge that to the game.
Yeah,
Right?
no, that's fine.
right?
That's
I'm
like when
I
you
already
lose
done
things.
spent $300 to hit Target. I could take
Exactly.
this extra Spider-Man.
It's like the
That's
point
just-
system.
that's a thank you, yeah.
It's a
Yes.
digital coupon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
don't worry about it.
You're
But I tell you,
good.
the
Good.
pistachios.
Now, if it beeps, you got to point to him and let them know why.
You're right. Why'd you do that?
Like,
And I saw-
I
He's so
didn't
crazy.
know.
I'm
Like, you know,
I'm so upset with you. What are we gonna talk about
we
now
were
in the
just about to
car?
buy that. I forgot.
You know we have
You
to
know
pay
better
for
than this.
things.
When you grab a pistachio or anything that's like right off of like the shelf, that's not really being gangster. Go up to the fucking cold cut aisle and ask them to cut you a half a pound of bologna, but then keep on trying, like try more and try more. Try more. Like they usually
Can you
give you
cut-
one
can you
piece,
cut
they
it
give me
thinner?
another piece. Give me another
Can you
piece.
cut it thinner?
Give me another piece.
A little thinner this time.
That's how you
Thinner.
do it.
Just
Just a little bit thicker. Yeah.
That's
Shout
why I
out to
like Trader
Costco.
Joe's.
Shout out to
I love a
Costco with their
sample.
samples and shit.
I love a
Costco
sample.
be doing, and even Sam's Club be doing samples. But
Yeah.
Sam's Club, you go in there, you buy shit for no reason. You next thing you come home with fucking 6,000 cups.
You already know.
Shout out to all my Northeast people, Stu Leonard's. Stu Leonard's got those.
Stu
You guys
Leonard's
know
is
about
lit.
Stu Leonard's?
No.
On the way, it's basically Trader Joe's, but it's like white people never told us about it.
Oh my
That
god.
shit got like
You just
500
ruined
different- They
it.
got like
Yo, you
500
fuck with
different
wine?
kind of cheese.
They got a
They
whole
got a
wine
store.
section, like
Oh my
store
goodness.
adjacent.
And their shit is like wild low price.
See, you
go
learned
there,
something.
It's in
listen,
Jersey?
No, it's upstate New York by Richmond
Okay.
Mall. Like,
See-
because the Bronx, the thing about the Bronx is wild poor, but the Bronx is right there by White Plains.
Yeah.
So we got Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
We got all that
Yeah,
shit.
right
You know what I'm
there.
saying?
Something
And y'all
else.
got Sue's Rendezvous.
We got Sue's Rendezvous.
Poppin' bottles and Sue's Rendezvous.
My sister lives right by Sue's Rendezvous.
I used to go there all the time.
Same.
No,
Yo,
no.
because they used to let you in if you was 18, but they would stamp you, put you in a little kiddie area. So I used to go in there wild dusted with my like 18-year-old ID just to have a place to be. You know
That's
what I'm
it. You
saying?
did dust?
Yeah.
Not crazy like all the time, but like on occasion.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
life. You gotta do hard drugs.
I've only.
What's the hardest drug you ever done? Weed?
I,
Don't say
no,
weed.
no. When
Molly?
I was 19, I tried a tab.
Acid
Oh,
test.
No,
wow.
acid test.
Yeah.
But that's not the hardest drug.
That's
The
not-
That was
hardest drug.
No, that was the hardest. You gonna tell me what the hardest for me was?
Oh,
Right.
well, okay, that's true. That's true. Nah, yo, shout out to my ex. Like, I had an ex that we were just like, she come over, and we just like take mad Vicodins and just like.
She was
fuck all-
white?
No, she was black.
Oh, sure.
She actually works for the Obama.
Was she black or the new black?
She's
The new
black.
black.
She actually worked for Obama. Though she worked for the Obama administration.
Okay, so
Really?
she's a new
Like
black.
no, she has a great job and stuff. I didn't even know she was wild like that on the weekend.
Oh.
But apparently, women meet me, and they're like, "Yo, you're wild as fuck." So I can be wild with you, but I can blame it on you.
Yeah,
So,
you're like Bobby Brown.
I'm Bobby Brown. But Whitney Houston was
doing
coke
it first,
before that,
exactly.
you know
but
what
he
I'm
was a
saying?
scapegoat. That's
Okay.
you.
She was copping up a newer.
We got something in common. Not for nothing. I will jump out of a helicopter with Ja Rule. Like, all I need is one mic.
You just gotta make sure you got the crooked grill.
Or the purple suit.
The Bobby Brown jaw.
That's why I got married because my wife is very responsible. She keeps me out of trouble.
His wife is keeping him from dying, so that's why I probably should get married soon. Because listen,
You may die before
young day
him.
party. I almost drowned at La Marina. I almost fell off the rocks. So you know what's
Yeah, I saw you there taking selfies and stuff.
Were you there?
No, I follow you on Instagram.
Oh wow. Okay. Well.
You're welcome.
Well, I'll tell you this.
She's about to come with the receipts. Like, also 38 weeks ago, who the fuck was that?
No, I just started following you.
Okay, like
I was
right now.
following him already.
Oh,
Lit.
And then I was like, oh shit, I should be following him too.
that seems anti-black. You followed the light-skinned guy before you followed the dark-skinned guy.
But it happens both ways all the time. It
I
happens
saw
both
you
ways all the
guys-
time.
no,
you have
no.
a light-skinned partner on your podcast.
Listen.
Why are there no dark-skinned guys?
Listen.
Why is this
Yo,
dark-skinned?
Sal, why you ain't got
why
no
is this
brothers on the
dark-skinned
wall?
guy been here
It
taking
goes
photos
both
and
ways.
hasn't said a
Though.
word all
It
day?
goes both ways. It goes both ways though.
Talk to me, my brother.
I saw you guys on joking off, and you said something funny because I know Carrie.
Right.
Okay.
And then
okay.
I
Shout
just
to Carrie.
that made me follow. But
All
you know,
right,
I think together
Do we win?
you guys are you guys
We
lost
never
that.
win. No, you won one episode.
One episode,
Yeah, but we're not
They
trying to
split you
win.
up now,
Well,
or you guys still on the same team?
we're not allowed to talk about it, but yes.
But listen, they can't
Okay.
divulge that information.
They
but,
divulged it.
But they're staying
divulged it.
they stay winning. But internets, listen, it was really good to have you guys here.
This was
Honestly,
so much fun, dog. Thanks for inviting us.
man.
Oh, shout out to Premium Pete, who literally ran up on me in a staircase.
No,
About
you
coming out
ran
of shit.
you ran up
No,
the
Pete-
staircase.
I was like, I'm about to get shot. He was like, oh, you can't come on my podcast, dog.
He's like,
I
yo.
was like, I was like, okay.
Wait, at the party?
Premium
At the Mero. At
Premium
the,
Oh,
Pete
you
from
was you
Bensonhurst.
was at the mayor party. I was there.
I was there, and I freaked out after they started pouring Gatorade on Kanye.
On Kanye's sneakers.
Because you know what? My life is good. My life ain't that good that I could be disrespectful to fucking Boost.
But it was just coming right off.
No, I can't trust
do you
that.
like those sneakers,
I can't
bro?
trust.
Do you
That's
like the
when you're in
Boost?
a relationship
The
and like a
750, whatever
girl
the
breaks
fuck.
your heart once, and you're like, yo, okay, but like in the future, because I bought stuff like that to protect your sneakers, and that shit ain't work. Like I watched
that
the wild
one worked,
display,
and they even had the
it works.
pre-treated T-shirt.
Now,
It
Crep
did.
Protect, listen, from
It protects.
just
It's
from
real.
what I know, Crep Protect definitely works. But I don't fuck with the Yeezys, man. That's
But you know what?
I
Being
don't
West
fuck with everybody
Indian-
fucks with. You know what I mean? I
Being-
like wearing my own shit.
That's my whole thing with
Being West
sneakers. Like,
Indian, to see them pour Gatorade and put mud on a shoe, I was like, no, bad mind. Bad mind. That's not cool.
That's why when
the
I was
devil.
walking in-
That's a pure Babylon thing.
When I was walking in, you were walking out.
I was walking out
but
like
it was
Babylon.
Good, but it was
Nah,
good that
Satan
I
in my
seen
head.
you, man. It was mostly definitely good, so we could get this episode cracking, man.
Oh, we gotta do this again, man.
But listen, internets, you can find the Bodega Boys, Desus, and Mero
They
Nice
Jesus.
on Twitter.
On
Jesus
Twitter.
Nice on Twitter.
They too.
Instagram,
on Instagram,
Snapchat,
On
all
Instagram.
that shit.
on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play.
That's right.
Bodega Boys on iTunes, Google Play, all that shit, man.
Listen, I'm gonna name this episode Bodega Boys versus Premium Pete Show.
There you go.
There we go.
What about with Podcast Collide?
Maybe? Well, maybe
True.
we'll figure it
Also
out.
that.
That's cool.
But internets, listen, make sure you check out for the Bodega Boys, everything they're doing, and we appreciate you. And we'll see you next episode. Internets, cheer.
Ow.
It's
We
okay
out.
for your kids to shoplift.
Yeah, just put something on the bottom of the carton.